Big news! Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway. Still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care. Just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here today. How is the real estate going out there?
It's pretty good. People are excited. I'm getting new listings left and right. So life is good right this second. Just busy as I can be.
All right.
How about you, man? How you been doing?
Oh, I'm great.
Hannah said hello, and she's supposed to be here Friday.
Look forward to that. Hope she's doing well. She's been doing those lateral raises.
Yes. Yesterday, she moved up to the lake. So yesterday she, in full white woman fashion, decided to do a fall thing on the pier where they make a little. Yeah. So she hauled, I think, 4 or 5 bales of hay down there, several pumpkins. So
Well, I look forward to seeing Gilligan on the show on Friday. Let's go right to Jeff Poor, host of the Jeff Poor Show, also editor-in-chief at 1819news.com. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
So, you know the topic, but I definitely want your perspective. As you've spent plenty of time here in Montgomery, but as sort of on the outside looking in, what's your take on the events in downtown Montgomery over the weekend?
You have a mayor who's inept and over his head, doesn't handle crisis management very well, picking the wrong fights. In the wake of these situations, you need to be above the fray. You need to be sober-minded, and you got a guy who's picking fights with the Attorney General, with the senior United States Senator, Tommy Tuberville. And if that wasn't enough on his plate, Governor Ivey, and there's going to be repercussions here. Yeah. I look at a guy like this, and then I can't help. I mean, like, what were you people in Montgomery thinking when you elected this guy?
I think it was like, it's our turn now, and time to build a new Montgomery. I think it was seriously a very prideful mentality.
Is this the new Montgomery? Is this the new Montgomery you guys want? Is this the shining city on the hill that we should have come to expect here? Is this the new Montgomery? Chaos in the streets, people getting paralyzed driving down Atlanta Highway. I mean, I think you guys should be very outraged here, personally.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, I am. It's just you can only yell for so many days, yell and scream. I am tired of them covering their ass with the whole. It's not a manpower issue. It's obviously a manpower issue. They won't tell us how many officers we have.
That's how you know for sure.
Joey, guys, Eddie. Crime's going down in Montgomery. The statistics say so. Hey, let me show you this sheet of paper here. Crime is going down in Montgomery. We don't care what you say. We're doing the right thing. So you could just take your bags, pack, and go to Prattville or Pike Road.
That's what's happening.
And then keep your green money or whatever.
That's what's happening.
And I would love for, like, Trump's federal takeover of DC, how they went in and started looking at the actual crime statistics the department had been putting out. I'd put down a lot of money to say that everything isn't on the up and up in terms of reportage.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely not. They're cutting corners. They know they're cheating with the numbers. It's like you said, though. There's going to be repercussions for this. Yeah. They may come in a form of heavy-handedness from the state legislature, which has a tendency to overreact. Or they could come with Maxwell Air Force Base, Gunner, or whatever, saying we can't exist in this environment. We can't train war fighters in a war zone, guys. Get your act together.
Yeah. Now, what do you think the governor has done? Is it enough? Or I guess I'll pose it this way. Do you think, say Coach was already governor, I'd imagine it would be an even more heavy-handed response.
There'd have been National Guard troops on the streets of Montgomery a month ago. This never would have happened. They're not equipped for these kind of events in downtown Montgomery. The mayor spending $70,000 on like a Ferris wheel you'd see at like the Walmart fair or whatever. And,
well, especially when we had the fair in town. So you had two competing events, and they were really competing for law enforcement.
That and open keg parties, they say weren't paid for by the city, but they were sponsored by certainly an agency that was very aligned with the city government and the mayor's office. Things like that. Look, I know these guys don't want the blame, but maybe just you got to take an L here, okay? Yeah, take an L and say, I let you down. You deserve better as people in Montgomery than what you're getting from us, and we're going to do better, even if you're incapable of doing it. That's the right messaging. It's not to go pick fights and talk about constitutional carry, because no one believes that, not even you, Mayor.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what they continue to push. And but this is what people keep voting in, Jeff, in the city. And at this point, like I've been when he was first elected, I'm like, okay, the majority voted. They're going to do a lot of things that people wouldn't do in past administrations. It's just on a particular safety issue. On this, it seems like they don't want to solve the problem. And I brought up the point that when you have museums downtown that essentially not just tell history, but say that history of oppression has continued and it's been sublimated into the prison population and the brutality by police, that's the mentality of folks running the city. I'm not shocked if that philosophy doesn't lead to tough on crime policies at all.
Well, it's like I was saying on my show earlier. They've decided that some of the crimes they're not going to enforce. They're not going to enforce some of these laws. They don't think that low-level marijuana crime or public nuisance or public intoxication or disturbing the peace, or that's just not important to them. That's an element of oppression. And here's what happens when that happens. When you decide you're not going to enforce the laws that were duly enacted, what do you think that says about the other laws on the books? And you have chaos, you have anarchy, and you got a mayor who seems to be okay with resigning over anarchy in Montgomery, Alabama.
It's a shame, really is a shame. And real quick, because we've been talking about this for the last several days. What's your take on, in particular, Coach Tuberville being spied on by Jack Smith and the DOJ under Biden?
It's not a surprise. So I tell you this, having lived in D.C. and knowing people, I always was like, guys, come on, no one's listening in on our conversations. But as it turned out, because I had friends who worked in government, especially friends who worked on the Hill as high-level staffers that I knew, and they were using burner phones. They were changing their phones every so often, their personal phone. They would keep their 202 area code work phone for essential functions, but they didn't want to be listened in on by the feds. And it was just common knowledge that this was going on. So I'm not surprised by it. But I do think there is a level of I don't know, just we got a problem with this. They took a member of Congress's phone from him in broad daylight. They had to be real careful here. They're interfering with the separation of powers in our government when they do that. But heads need to roll here. I hope that this isn't just we didn't just hear from this from the Senate Judiciary Committee because we think that maybe this will sway some elections our way, but there are real consequences for acting illegally, improperly, or whatever was going on there.
Yeah, and I am worried that despite the theatrics in particular from Lindsey Graham, like, I'm the head of the Judiciary Committee and y'all spying on me, like, what's actually going to get done? Because on so many of these things they're coming out with, they are following through. First day in Comey's trial. But like on some of these things being revealed by the Trump administration, I'm still jaded from the last, say, 5-6 years where we've known this stuff. What are y'all actually doing about it?
Well, Josh Hawley, the Missouri Center, wants a special prosecutor here. I think that might be appropriate. Somebody that they could have a special prosecutor and come up with a bunch of trumped up charges on January 6th, then put the deep state through that, start naming names and putting people out there, and make them, go before a jury of their peers or a judge and have to defend themselves. And maybe that'll be a deterrent, and then the next Democrat president could come in and just issue pardons for all of them.
And this general, and it ties right into the shooting over the weekend, but the general issue of crime that the Trump administration is not backing off on, sending National Guard into Chicago. What do you make of the politics of this? Do you think I think we all agree it's the right policy here, but do you think the politics is still in the favor of the president and the administration?
Yeah, and I only because I watch a J.B. Pritzker on the Sunday shows, a guy I feel like the Democratic establishment's really trying to promote right now as a potential presidential candidate, and his arguments are not very good. The messaging is really off. Well, why is this a bad idea? We're not going to have the big bad orange man come and tell us what to do. I mean, that doesn't really land like they think it does. It may land with their base, but their base isn't enough to get them elected in a national election.
Yeah, and that's showing out in all sorts of polling. And yeah, and it is interesting how the fight between Illinois and the White House and the mayor of Chicago is almost a larger example of what we're seeing between the governor here and the mayor Montgomery. And I imagine there will be spats with Mayor Woodfin, but I am looking forward to the day when Coach Tuberville becomes Governor Tuberville. Hopefully we're not counting our chickens before they hatch, but you see, I think a much more effective, as you said earlier, Jeff, it would have been done last month. It would have been done much earlier. And I don't know what it is with the current governor's office. I mean, a lot of the statements seem like the right things to say in the moment, but I find, like, where have y'all been on this? Why haven't y'all focused on this? I guess it's been, let the cities run themselves. We don't want to stick our fingers in their pie. But at this point, like, you're kind of asleep at the wheel.
Yeah. You are. She is. I think there's a clamoring, and it's not just Montgomery. I think there's chaos in the streets of Pritchard, Alabama, and Bessemer, Alabama, and probably to some degree over in Selma. That the state is going to have to be the adult, and they're going to have to clean this mess up. And this is what it does. It's not that we're going to have a permanent state presence in these municipalities, but it's going to send a message. We don't like being told what to do in our community. Well, you know how you keep that from happening is you get your act together and you figure out a way to have a viable law enforcement establishment in your city, and the state won't have to come and do that, and they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, and I have a sense that certain legislators are, as you said, they are the ones that tend to react even more over the top. I imagine we're going to see a lot of legislation filed in the next week, like very soon.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, very soon. And Reed Ingram, who's one of your lawmakers up there, said this to me on my show this morning that I didn't realize that 911 calls are just not going answered by the city of Montgomery, that there's armed robberies and things like that. And no police. There's not the police just aren't coming out to even investigate or pay lip service to it. That there's that going on in Montgomery, and that's very, very troubling. And I think that's where you start talking state intervention.
And coming up at 1:00 on our show, I believe in studio here, Caroline Dobson will be on running for Secretary of State. I know you had a chance to talk to her this morning. Just from your conversation this morning, is you think it's going to bear out as a pretty competitive race between her and Andrew Sorrell?
It's starting to go her way. I think the Alpha endorsement is no small thing, especially down ballot election like that. So, but Andrew Sorrell will be formidable. He really will work hard. She's going to have to work for it. It's not going to be one of these, okay, well, you get these endorsements and you go to this handful of events. It's still going to be a full-on 67 county strategy that both are going to have to undergo.
Well, and I guess I'm stealing the idea from Brian Dawson, but the good news is in a lot of these Republican primaries on these big races, we got a lot of folks, whoever wins, it's probably going to be a pretty conservative, good pick.
Mm-hmm.
So may the best person win.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I don't really have an issue with either one of them. And Secretary of State's an important office. And what you just need to be on guard against is they're the chief election official in the state, and you don't want any okay, well, we're going to start allowing mail-in ballots, or we're going to start allowing absentee voting,
right,
early voting, and things like that. That you just don't, you can't allow that to happen in Alabama.
Well, I always appreciate your time and insights, Jeff. If folks want to check out what you're working on, how can they do so?
X.com/Jeff_Poor, but more importantly, 1819 News, 1819news.com.
Thanks, sir. Talk again soon.
Thanks for having me on.
Again, Jeff Poor, always appreciate his time, like I said. 272-9228 if you want to jump in on the conversation. So how do we feel after what? What are you laughing at over there?
Somebody's blowing me up.
About what?
The off show, the side show.
Oh, the side. Well,
yeah.
Okay. We'll get to
I mean,
the
I
side
don't want to bring that up.
Just you're smiling like a mongoloid over there.
Kind of got me.
Yeah,
got me off guard there.
Did you wish our friend a happy birthday yesterday? Okay,
yes, I did.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we might see him today.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But I messed up, though. I should have, I got the message too late where he was located. I should have grabbed Hannah and we should have just went over there and busted up his lunch. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'll get it next time, though. I'll get it right next time.
Oh, we love you, Mark.
He's
happy birthday again.
He's the man.
And did you see the Montgomery City Council last night suspends downtown entertainment district after deadly shootout? It was sponsored by Charles Jenright, the Montgomery City Councilman Jenright, and said the downtown entertainment should be suspended until the city had an, quote, opportunity to get it under control. Yeah, no kidding. The late night shootout on Saturday took place at Bibb Street and Commerce Street. Of course, this is, I mean, if you've been downtown, you know where that is. That's the heart of downtown.
Exactly right.
That's like one block from the fountain.
Yep.
Another block from like the Renaissance and the Aviator Bar and the great outdoor bar they have there at the Renaissance. I mean, and it's a great space. This is where we went for Christmas dinner or Christmas. Oh,
that's right.
Christmas Day brunch.
Yeah.
They had a great thing at the Renaissance.
I forgot all about that.
And so, there's a lot of great things to that area. And it's just, it's a shame. Absolutely a shame. Also, talk of citywide curfew for youth.
Well, that's something that somebody brought up yesterday. I heard about curfews. And I thought there was one in the law, in the books here in Montgomery. However, you don't have the cops to enforce it. So putting new laws on the books without any type of enforcement, kind of peeing in a fan.
Well, and then I think Judd Blunt, great entrepreneur here in town, sports community in many ways.
Yeah.
He, of course, started up Ravello, and the fine dining Italian place. Great place. And he was saying at the council meeting, I've already got folks canceling private parties.
Ooh.
And we are already down last quarter. And we shouldn't be. They run a great shop.
Shouldn't be.
And that's the thing is folks with the means, you can wag your finger at them all you want. You can say they're a bad person. They're not there. We are all responsible for all of us are responsible for that. I'm sorry, but folks with means, when they have a sense of all right, this is not a safe area, they're going to take their time and money elsewhere.
Why wouldn't they?
Obviously,
if nothing else, you learn that it's survival of the fittest, which is survival of me and my group.
Yeah. And so what do you make of the that we are all responsible for what happened?
Tired of the we. I think it's time that we hold folks accountable. If Joey screws up, then Joey's held accountable.
Sure.
I don't care about Joey's life and how he was mistreated in life. I don't give a crap about all that. I grew up in a crappy house. A lot of other people did, and they turned out just fine. You can't use that as an excuse anymore.
Wait, you're saying you're just fine?
I'm fine. Yeah, I ain't shot nobody in a while.
Yeah, well, okay, if that's the standard, yes.
I ain't shot nobody in a while, but I know how to act in public.
Yeah,
exactly. And it bothers me because, again, it's kind of reminds me of sheep, and you got those few guard dogs for sheep. You've got millions of sheep, but 3 dogs can guard them all day long because they won't take the 3 dogs out.
It's a shame. Absolute shame. And especially, it is the refrain of a lot of liberal people or progressives, or the more crass word would be hick libs. All these libs in these red states, in these blue cities. And they're always like, the reason we have these problems, y'all didn't do all the liberal stuff we think is right. And I'm like, okay.
How much is enough?
Then, and there's also other unique dynamics, like, everybody went to private school and stuff. And all this, but you're still paying for public school, right? Everybody goes to private school.
And I know more kids in trouble in private school, but
sure.
But
the thing is, it's not just Montgomery. And they say this all the time in defense. The other side of the hick lib mouth is, well, this is happening everywhere.
But you don't,
this is what happens in every big city.
You don't accept it. You keep it from happening. And it doesn't happen in every big city.
But if it is happening in blue cities, in blue states, maybe the issue isn't the conservative state and the conservative state's policies. Maybe the issue is what blue cities do. Whether they're in a blue state or a red state, the blue cities are having this issue. Some of them do it better than others. And then they jockey for position. Sometimes there are cities that kind of get on it. They realize, okay, we got a lot of carrots, we got a lot of sticks, we got a lot of law enforcement, and we're going to effectively police our streets. And some rise up, some fall off, things get worse. I think this more lighter, to put it simply, I think there are a lot of folks in this town, now running this town, who are squeamish about punishment.
Yes.
Squeamish about punishment and enforcement. In theory, they agree. Like, they can go jump up a bridge, as the mayor said. If you're going to kill somebody, I think everybody hopefully can agree, killing people in cold blood, especially while there are hundreds of bystanders next to them, is like depraved, barbaric behavior.
Right. You don't belong in my public.
But if there is a general attitude, like, you get real tough on that one real thing, but there's a general attitude of like, we're punishing too much punishment, too much enforcement. We need people we need to take the knee off people's necks here in the city, right?
Okay. I would have agreed with that.
That has consequences.
20 years ago.
That mentality has consequences.
I would agree with that 20 years ago that, and I was a different person then, but as an adult now,
yes,
the person I was then was a guy that didn't really want to go by the rules and wanted to do things my way, and they have consequences. You can adjust yourself, or you can let the word of the state adjust you.
Yeah.
And I chose to adjust myself.
I know you did.
Many times.
That's one of his many skills, folks, Eddie.
But it's
the master adjuster.
It's very frustrating because, again, you can't tell me with all those people down there, Joey, somebody don't know who pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
So you've got that element.
Somebody knows.
You got that element.
Have you seen the security footage?
Yeah, I've seen a few more that I kind of wish I wouldn't have seen.
I feel for a lot of those folks, man. Because you see the footage, and this is what is a shame. Like, I know there's politics, and we are not happy with the current leadership, but I think there were a lot of folks that had a great time Friday night.
Yeah.
They were having a great time Saturday night. I know for a fact, I talked to some people down there who are my age, a little older than me, in their 40s, 50s. And they all were starting to see, like, oh, there are a lot of young folks around here. We should probably, it's getting late, a lot of young people, let's go. And I asked them, like, why is that? And they're like, oh, well, we just are common sense. Common sense. And it's like, that's fascinating. Like, people know.
Well,
and
that's what a lot of people are saying. That afterwards, they're basically saying there's too many young folks down here. And
right. When your spidey senses start tingling, and we think anybody with a good head or sense of themselves and where they're at has experiences wherever you are. You ever been at like a party and all of a sudden everybody's having fun, but there's a turn, or it gets a little, there's some darkness, there's some the vibe shifts.
Yeah.
Where you're like, something done, let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Something doesn't feel right. And that is what's a shame, is even in the moments before you see that happen, most folks are just kind of carrying on, having a great time, great weekend, celebrating. And then the number of people seeing how folks were fleeing for their lives, trying to get into the package store to avoid being
that video
killed.
there where they were literally kicking out the bottom of that window so they could dive, and you had body on top of body to the point of no more people could squeeze through that space.
Ducking under trash cans, under cars.
Yeah.
running. People are going to be traumatized. Like if I was there and that happened, I wouldn't want to go back downtown.
Imagine if you had, and we read some people that had their kids there.
Yeah, wouldn't want to go. I mean, you have some people that are already down there giving speeches and saying, here's what we need to do. But I will say, with other events going on, you better have the personnel.
You have to have security.
You got to have security.
It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer.
It's a shame. Absolute shame.
But at what point do you say, okay, look, we had all this large group of people. We had everything was coming together. At what point do you say we just didn't have security? Somebody screwed up there, but we just kind of brushing that away. And that's how it seems to be a lot in these administrations, where they focus on what happened because they don't want to talk about the issues or things they didn't take care of because they don't want to be held accountable. Got to be held accountable.
Well, because we've built, especially a political system, but a society that if you admit you're wrong and actually say we want to change course, are you rewarded or punished for doing that?
It depends, because in America, we love giving folks a second chance, but they can't screw that second chance up.
Sure.
I mean, look at Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Look at Iron, yeah. And look at so many people like him that were just literally,
man, you're looking all cut up.
Society was ready to throw you away, and how they've come back.
Sorry, I was thinking of Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. You're looking all cut up.
but we have, but we love that second chance. Greg Budell. He not one of the biggest reasons he's a big hero of mine.
But also the second chances take time. And I think what happens is in the heat of the political moment, as soon as you admit I screwed up, anybody in politics will start hanging that over your head. But I think there is a way of saying, you know what, we do have a problem and I'm asking for help in different ways.
Well, not only that, but there's a way to say I screwed up and this is the plan that we have that we're not going to screw up again. Now, I might not accept the plan, but at least they got one.
Well, and by the way, if anybody's out there listening, they're like, oh, of course, blaming the mayor and stuff. It's not like we think he's Spider-Man or Batman or anything.
And I'm not blaming just
like,
the
I'm
mayor.
not saying, oh, he should have been there to stop the bullets and
Right.
stuff. We're saying that policies and a type of leadership, style of leadership that has been in place for half a decade, if not more now, has consequences.
Yeah.
People predicted this. I don't think the mayor wanted it. Ruined the whole damn thing. It is awful.
It did.
And you have 2 people who are dead. And others who are brutally injured who will probably not be the same again.
No,
ever.
No, what about the lawsuits? You know there's going to be lawsuits.
Yeah. Anyway. And then when I see the press conferences, it looks like the chief of police is in a hostage video.
Cuckold.
Like, I don't know the guy. I don't want to dog him out, but that's what I'm seeing.
That you saw the same thing I saw.
I'm seeing a mix of frustration and anger and sadness, all the stuff that everybody's feeling on his part. But I'm also seeing a guy who's being very careful about what he says.
But I saw that twice. I saw it in the first press conference that was that morning after it had just happened. And then later on when they had a chance to kind of get everybody together, put the suits on, I still saw that same look on his face.
Yeah. And the frustrating part is we know that it's the issue. The issue is the issue. There are people, before I even really started raising hell, there are people who were on this a long time ago.
But how long did we let it go, man? What is, and that's the sad thing. I talked to someone this morning about it. This is still not Montgomery's bottom. It's still going to get worse.
Yeah.
You know it's still going to get worse.
I mean, but that's the thing. We are all the problem, right?
No.
Imagine if all the folks who moved out of Montgomery, like moved to the suburbs or just even went away even further, like moved to Auburn or moved to Tennessee. They all decide, you know what? The Hicklibs are right. We are all responsible for this. We shouldn't have left. We should have stayed. We should have helped. So you know what? We're all going to move back. And you had an influx of 50,000 folks who had moved out. They're moving back into the city limits of Montgomery, and they're taking charge of this city. They're being active in politics, all this stuff. Think people around here like that?
Nope. Why?
So, but it's all our fault. You know, when things go bad, it's easy to point the finger.
Let me ask you, man, because they've been called it for what it is for the longest time, white flight out of Montgomery. So what happens if white flight comes back into Montgomery? What do you think happens then? What's the next complaint? It's never enough, Joey.
Well, it's kind of what's that fancy word? A Kafka trap? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
No, what's going to happen is what we were talking about with Jeff Poor, is the state is not going to sit here and watch this happen with their capital city. Maybe the current folks are kind of like, no, and to their credit, they did the max unit, and they've expanded in response to this, but I would be even
it's enough.
More heavy-handed. I think you're going to see this with the legislative session. You're going to see, beyond just the crime issue, I think you're going to see a lot more Republicans in the GOP supermajority using an idiom that always made us laugh in middle school, feeling their oats.
Oh.
Yeah. Our very attractive 7th grade teacher did not understand why all us young men thought it was very funny when she wrote, "Feel your oats" on the board.
What'd y'all do?
We just started laughing.
Oh.
Because
I didn't know if y'all took that as a command.
Actually, I was feeling my oats this morning.
Supposed to do that now?
Still feeling them now. Anyway, 272-9228. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Something, I heard him earlier talking about, before you came on, talking about the fair and it being safe. People don't feel like it's safe because nobody forgot about last year when somebody brandished a gun there and all them people bum rushed at the fair. People don't want to take their families and their little children and be pushing them around in a stroller or walking with their little ones, holding their hands, having to put up with that kind of BS.
Of course.
It didn't just this year with what happened downtown. It's like a regular thing. And it has to do with a culture of society. And until people admit it and fix it, nothing's ever going to change. I mean, as long as they keep making excuses that it's this, that, and the other, it's because she had beer down there, or Budweiser was giving free beer. Man, I've been to thousands of all kinds of things where they had free beer or dollar beers, and we didn't shoot each other.
Right.
There wasn't even fight.
And the free beer was Friday night too.
Yeah, Saturday night.
I mean, so it ain't got a dang thing to do with free beer, man.
Right.
It has to do with coddling a violent culture, and when you coddle them, just like I've always said, just like in that Andy Griffith show, Barney said, well, why you get on them so bad about one broken window? And Andy said, all it takes is one broken window and you let it slide.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, the whole town's gone into chaos. And that's exactly where we're headed. Is it going to get better here in Montgomery? You know dang well it's not going to.
Well, a lot of people need change of heart. To your point, I want to see a change of strategy, a change of approach from elected leaders. Don't expect it, but I want to see it. But what has to happen is people are going to have a true change of heart. Yeah. And you could say that.
Well,
but
did you hear the chief? Did you hear the chief when he did the little interview thing or whatever it was? He said, we're aware that we have a gang problem, but it's a national problem.
Oh, goodness.
I don't care what happens in another state. I don't live in Georgia. I don't live in Mississippi.
Right.
I don't live in New York. I live in Alabama. And people don't want to put up with weak politicians with no backbone at all, and they just let crime run rampant. I mean, and then the fact that he made that comment trying to take some of the pressure off of them, that it's a national problem. We're the capital of Alabama.
I'm sorry. Long before Mayor Reed, we've had what do they call them for a while? Loosely affiliated neighborhood gangs?
Yeah.
Or neighborhood groups?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've had this issue for a while. This is not just like, yes, I'm sure it has tie into national and even international stuff. Like, where's all this product coming from? But the neighborhood gangs have been an issue here for a while. And why don't we have more information, more intelligence on this?
Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't had one Mexican try to rob me. And come on, they're illegals, right? And that what the deal is? If they're Mexican, they're all illegal.
Not all of them.
I ain't had one of them. I haven't seen one of them go and shoot up somewhere.
Nope.
Not one. And so until they start facing facts and doing what they were elected to do, nothing is going to change. And people aren't going to take their families to go and do things. You can spend all the money on God's green earth, have a harsh rest, spend the money when they have to worry about their family.
Yes, sir. Well, Charlie, I appreciate the call. Hear your frustration.
All right, bro.
Later, man.
All right. See you, man.
272-9228. 334-272-9228. This is part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services and their Pest Pro, Ashley, and that great team ready to help you with any and all of your pest control needs. But you should be extra vigilant as things start to cool off.
Oh, yeah.
As we head into the fall, into the winter.
I already got reports of a scorpion.
And these are like wood scorpions.
Wood scorps. Yeah. And they're tiny, man. Smaller than your pinky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very small. And I don't even know, honestly, I don't know what happened if one will sting you. I don't know what the thing is here, but I don't want scorpions in my house. So as soon as I got that call, I called them.
And then, of course, spiders will be showing up.
Oh, man, you're going to have a spider web like crazy.
Mice.
Looking for somewhere warm.
Rodents.
Supposed to get cool this weekend, like in the 50s.
And then, like, if you hadn't had to, check things out in a while, cockroaches.
Oh, la cucarachas.
Ants.
Yep.
Like, there's so much stuff you just don't want to have to deal with.
Silverfish.
Yeah, and
Millipedes.
you should, by the way, even if it's not the season, like if you haven't had a termite inspection done in a while, you need to get that done.
You need to get done. In Alabama, it's not a matter of if you have termites, it's a matter of when.
So Pest Pro Services can help you with all of this, folks. You can always learn more, ppsriverregion.com, or just search for Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces, or call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. And now the gun control thing is like, really? Like, that's what we're going with now?
Yeah, Joe, you got to grab something. National base told you to do this, so this is what you do.
Doesn't make sense. But I did see a guy that I think speaks for a lot of conservative folks, you know, who, whenever they hear any peep of even like some regulation on guns, are like, oh, you show up and you take my guns away.
There's a lot of those folks, Joey.
Yeah, you
out
try
of my cold dead hands.
Yeah, and so this guy, he's actually part of the Internet Hall of Fame. He made this statement for the ages. We'll go into a break after this.
I got a message for all you liberals out there. You want my gun, my firearm? Come take it from me. Just walk through my door, come into my home, and take it from me. With your weak, soft, liberal, girlish hands. Just try to put those hands on me.
Yeah.
Those soft, liberal hands. Put them on me, on my body. Just slowly, gently dragging your fingers up and down my arm, giving me goosebumps. You want my gun? Come kiss me for it. But not like right away. Don't be too obvious with it. Let's do that thing where our faces get close to each other. And you know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You just stare at each other's lips. But you're waiting for the right signal to give yourself over to them completely. Like in a walk to remember. Come do that for my gun. Bite my lip and play with my hair. For my firearm. If you want my gun, come spank me for it.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
Pumpkin spice latte season. More like Prattville Carpet Fall sales season, when you can buy a square foot of tile, luxury vinyl plank, or carpet for way less than a coffee that tastes like a candle. I'm talking $1.39 a square foot. That's way cheaper than the big box stores. And Prattville will throw in friendly, helpful customer service for free. That's the big difference.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Call us today for your free measurement. Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Shop the fall sale now at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking to a lion tamer. What up, Wild Kingdom? I see you're working with the big cats.
That's right, man. They're ferocious. Down, Garfield, are no tender victuals for you.
I'll bet you've made so much money that you've had to hire yourself a money man.
Yeah, man, and I've hired the best.
You mean the man who could quite possibly be the most beloved asset preservationist in the world?
That's right, man. David Ernest.
The money man with the money plan.
Yeah, Daddy-O, and you can call him toll-free at 833-596-7233.
And those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
Yeah, man. Mr. Jinx, stop that. That's disgusting.
Tell me, how did you get into this business?
Well, my Uncle Claude, who was also a lion tamer, taught me everything I know.
And what was your Uncle Claude's last name?
Badley.
Claude Badley.
Yeah, excuse me. I gotta go scoop out the litter box.
Make sure you get that joke while you're at it.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that is bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Let's face it, what our customers say about our business is the most important advertising tool. Here at Adams Drugs, we love our customers. We're here with Al and Amy Steinecker, Adams Drugs customers. Amy, please tell us how easy it was to transfer your prescriptions to Adams Drugs from the big box store.
It was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I went into the pharmacy on Bond Road and spoke with the pharmacist and told him we had not been happy where we'd been and would love to transfer our prescriptions. And he said, I'll be happy to call them. And that was that. And now when I call, I just say I need to have a prescription filled. And it's just that simple.
Al, what has your customer service been like at Adams Drugs?
It's amazing. You walk in, you're not standing in a line. They speak to you, call you by name, and say, what do you need today, Al or Mr. Steinecker? It's wonderful. It doesn't get any better.
Please come into any Adams Drugs location and let us earn your business. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Once again today, I think there will be showers on the radar, but most towns will get skipped. The showers will be few and far between. We're back in the 80s again for a high temperature today, at least the middle 80s today, upper 60s tonight. But a cold front is on the way, and that's going to bring us some big changes. Thursday's high may reach 80. I've got us around 59 on Thursday night, with Friday's high only in the middle 70s and much less humidity. Get ready for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio, getting Caroline Dobson, candidate to be the next Secretary of State for the great state of Alabama, will be joining us in studio
in the
1 o'clock hour. Look forward to seeing her. Yeah, we got to know her pretty good when she was running for Congress.
Yeah, I liked her. I really do.
So look forward to seeing Caroline.
Cowgirl.
Indeed. And a lawyer.
Yeah. Kind of complete package.
Country lawyer?
Yeah.
Can we call her country lawyer?
Oh, we need to ask her that.
Yeah. Caroline Dobson.
Country lawyer.
Country lawyer. wants to be your next Secretary of State. I think it is actually going to be a heck of a race between him and Sorrell. Because do not underestimate Andrew Sorrell. But also Caroline, as Jeff said, with that great big endorsement from Alpha.
It's got big backings,
from Farm Pack. I think it's going to be one of the more competitive lanes. And also the U.S. Senate race just keeps packing up with
more people, right?
More and more people jumping in. It makes me wonder, so where are some of y'all getting your money? Same source? Like some of y'all playing spoiler.
Joey, that people
some
will
of y'all
sign somebody up just to play spoiler.
Like some look legit, but then others are like, what are you doing?
Just doing my job.
Yeah, just doing my job. So before we jump back into politics, because we got to hit another quick break here, did a very long segment. Do you think this looks like a normal dude? Here, I'll show it to the screen, but I'll show it to you.
Depends on what side of town I'm on.
But he's it's obviously a mugshot, so he did a thing.
If I'm in Chisholm, Van Street,
Game wardens in Texas have arrested this guy. He's a 39-year-old named Ethan McNeely from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
He was crouched in the woods attempting to hunt squirrels with nothing but his hands and teeth.
Oh, they should have let him. They should have let him.
Near Lake Tawakoni Dam. Ethan insists that, quote, I'm a primal predator, not a sportsman, and argued with the officers that God-given claws and fangs exempt him from a hunting license need. Ethan goes on to say, if I catch it with my molars, that's between me and Mother Nature, while reportedly spitting out a mouthful of tree bark. Game wardens have stated that while his hunting techniques are unique, there exists no game law that makes exceptions for wannabe cavemen. Ethan was booked on charges of hunting without a license and disorderly conduct after he reportedly growled at the officers.
Granted, he needed to be taken in, but he needed to go to the loony bin, not to the jail.
He maintains that he's being persecuted, saying they can cage me, but they'll never cage my inner wolf.
Let him do it, man. I don't know if you've ever messed with a squirrel.
No, I don't mess with it. I don't mess with squirrels. I don't mess with squirrels. Well, and if somebody can catch a squirrel and eat it, without any other tools,
no. Besides,
I don't like
squirrel,
it. I don't want to see that.
Can't happen, man.
I don't want you around me. But if you can put down a deer with your bare hands, I don't care if it's deer.
You can have it. I ain't gonna fight you for it.
That's probably still highly illegal. Don't take my advice.
But you can do it with a spear.
Right.
I mean, literally, there's people that do take it up with a spear. Yeah.
Really? There are people in Alabama who use spears to hunt deer?
I don't know if it's legal in Alabama. There's a baseball player, not Rocker, but somebody that played for Atlanta.
John Rocker? Yeah.
No, it wasn't John Rocker, but it was one of his teammates that did it, and that's how I found out about it.
Don't tell me it was Chipper Jones. It might have been.
I think it was Chipper. I think it was.
It might have been Chipper. That sounds like a Chipper Jones
I really
thing,
do think it was Chipper Jones.
That Bubba.
But yeah, growing up, we used to hunt squirrels, even in Highland Gardens all the way to the woods.
We did when we got in Andalusia.
If you wounded a squirrel and you thought he was dead, and you went and picked him up, he ate your butt alive.
Oh no, the only thing, because I never saw anything deer hunting, the only thing animal ever killed, and we couldn't really cook it because it was a 12 gauge old school double barrel shotgun, took out a squirrel. And
you still could have ate it. You just been
I was about to say when we found it, it's like I don't know if that's
you get a piece, I get a piece.
Yeah, but using that shotgun on private land is very different than I'm gonna wait by the dam and eat the squirrels with my teeth and bare hands.
Get your badge camera out. This is gonna make good video.
It's just odd, man. Hey, let's hit a quick break. Right. Hopefully we can get a sponsor on the other side of this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Finding affordable health coverage for your family shouldn't take a treasure map or a magic genie. You just have to know where to look. Guardian Insurance Services is making it even easier during open enrollment with simple, affordable plans that fit your family and your budget. Good coverage is just a few clicks away. But don't wait. Open enrollment is only for a limited time. Visit myguardiancu.com/health and get started today.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice, News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to the program. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Josh Bottoms with Sons Kia there on the Boulevard here in Montgomery. Hey, Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How's your day?
I'm doing all right. You still got those great sales going on there at Kia?
We have a huge construction sale going on. You know, it's going to be going on for a while, but it's just fun to talk about it. I've actually watched them pour the footers this past week, so there's some activity going on next to us. I don't know if you've drove down the Boulevard lately.
Oh, yeah.
But we've got new signage up. We've got the blow-up man going over there in service. You know, service is wide open, ready to take care of all your needs. We're running a military appreciation that we carried through this month. We're doing oil changes for half price for any active duty or retired military, and that is on any make or any model. So it doesn't have to be a Kia. So we got that going on. Then we got all the great sales going on up front. We've had a huge, of course, it's October breast awareness, so it's pink bow season. So everybody gets a picture with the pink bow. We've got Sorrentos up to $4,400 off MSRP. I've got Celtos up to $5,000 off MSRP. We've got a new Soul that you can lease for $249 a month. I've even got a Sportage that you can lease for $399 a month, and that's not a base model Sportage. It's actually the X-Line Prestige model.
Oh, wow. Okay, folks. So folks just need to stop by there on the Boulevard, look for the construction, look for the big blow-up man dancing, but they can also check y'all out online, too?
They can check us out online at www.sonskiamontgomery.com.
Well, I appreciate it, Josh.
All right, y'all come see us on this side of the Boulevard.
We'll do it,
Thanks,
man.
Sir.
Thank you, bud.
Again, that's Josh Bottoms, general manager there at Sons Kia of Montgomery. Appreciate his time. Appreciate them being sponsors here of the show. Like I said, Caroline Dobson coming up. What I'll do here is I'm going to hit this break early, and we'll try to get Austin Branco on. I want to talk to him today if he's available.
All right, we'll do it.
Be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. As expected, former FBI Director James Comey has pleaded not guilty to lying to Congress 5 years ago. The president, Senator Eric Trump, says it's simply not true. He believes Comey is guilty of a number of things, including leaking materials to the press and targeting his father and allowing spying on a number of Republican politicians and candidates. Comey made his first court appearance today in a Justice Department criminal case accusing him of lying to Congress about all those deeds 5 years ago. Authorities have arrested a 29-year-old man for igniting the January fire that destroyed Los Angeles' Pacific Palisades neighborhood. Authorities arrested 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht for lighting the fire on New Year's Day. On Wall Street, it's been a booming session so far. In early trading, the Dow is up 135 points. NASDAQ up more than 200. This is SRN News.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher, host of the Mike Gallagher Show. I don't mess around when it comes to saving you money. Right now, rates have dropped to the lowest level in over a year and a half. That means if you bought your home or refinanced in the last 3 years, you could be saving hundreds of dollars every month. Lower your rate, lower your monthly payment, even kick that pesky PMI to the curb. And get this, you can skip 2 full months of mortgage payments. But that's not all. Fellowship Home Loans just rolled out something incredible. Their very own HELOC and lines of credit. Approval in just 5 minutes. Money in your account in as little as 4 days. It's the easiest system you've ever used. You can do it yourself online. Whether you want to pay off bills, tackle a home project, cover education, or even a wedding, Fellowship Home Loans makes it simple to leverage the money that's already sitting in your house. Just go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending guided by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 81938.
Let's go right to the phones and talk to Austin Branco with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, how you doing today?
And Joey, having a great day. I'm actually pulling into Manhattan right now.
Oh, wow. Manhattan.
Nice.
Can you tell the folks here locally what you might be up to?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to dinner tonight with Ron Barron and some of the fund managers at Barron Funds. We hold a significant portion of their investments in our portfolio, and so this is a due diligence trip, just kind of going over the holdings they have, any additional acquisitions or sales they're going to have within their fund, so I can familiarize myself with the risk associated with our portfolio over the next several months. And we do these trips from time to time with these investments that we hold just to kind of keep our finger to the pulse. And it's exciting. It's kind of wild going from Alabama to New York. I've been here plenty of times, but man, as soon as you get into a city like this, you can kind of feel the beat and the pulse of the city. It's a much faster pace, and it's exciting to be here.
Yeah, I think I've only been there once in life, and it was before 9/11, so I must have been like 9 or 10 years old. And it'd be nice to see, at least with adult eyes.
Well, are you comfortable enough that you don't feel like Country Mouse being in the City Mouse's territory, Austin?
I've lived in a couple metropolitan areas, so I know my way around a little bit, but I've been back in Alabama so long that I do feel a little out of place. It's funny. I'm actually the driver I'm with right now. We've been talking cricket, and it's funny because it's a huge international sport, and he's familiarizing me with that, but it's just, like I said, totally different world and very diverse group of folks here. And but yeah, I'm a little out of place.
Well, and folks, this is just part of the work that goes into Invista Advisors. It's not just sitting at a desk crunching numbers. There's a lot of that too.
Right.
So tell folks just generally who don't know, who haven't heard us before, what y'all can do there at Invista Advisors, because it's not just the investment side, though, that can be important. It's all of the above approach when it comes to financial planning.
Yes, certainly. With the investments, you can, take comfort in the fact that we are doing due diligence like this for the investments that we have you associated with. But it's really, for you as an investor, more important to map out a strategy or a plan. And so that's really what we specialize in before making any investment recommendations, is understanding who you are, what your needs are as an investor. That could be, we've said it plenty of times, putting a kid through college and or buying that first home or setting up for retirement. And even yesterday was in, meetings throughout the day about life insurance and making sure that if, you have an issue or pass away or become disabled, that your family is still able to, move forward and maintain the style of life that you've always provided. So a variety of things that we provide in the financial realm, but the most important is planning, and that's really where we specialize.
Folks, y'all get the conversation started by calling them direct at 387-0094. Again, that's 387-0094. And be sure to tell them, hey, I heard Austin Branco on the radio with Joey Clark and Eddie Bayer.
Awesome. Thanks, Joey and Eddie. Y'all have a great day.
You too, man. Austin. Again, that's Austin Branco with Invista Advisors.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial. Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Oh, hi, everybody. Once again today, I think there will be showers on the radar, but most towns will get skipped. The showers will be few and far between. We're back in the 80s again for a high temperature today, at least the middle 80s today, upper 60s tonight. But a cold front is on the way, and that's going to bring us some big changes. Thursday's high may reach 80. I've got us around 59 on Thursday night, with Friday's high only in the middle 70s and much less humidity. Get ready for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery Police Chief Jim Grabois and Mayor Stephen Reed held a news conference Tuesday afternoon. The 30-minute update on the investigation into the weekend's mass shooting provided limited specific details. 5 of the 12 surviving victims are still in critical condition. No suspects or arrests were announced, but it was confirmed there were multiple shooters involved. Alabama State University has announced a YMCA fitness facility will be built on campus. The new 5,000 square foot Y will feature a variety of opportunities for ASU students and the local community. Programs will include youth leadership development, sports camps led by ASU coaches and athletes, and numerous educational and fitness classes. River Region United Way has started an emergency fund to support the victims of the mass shooting in downtown Montgomery and their families. The Emergency and Recovery Fund will be available to help with funeral expenses, trauma and grief counseling, and monthly bill assistance. To donate online, visit the River Region United Way website. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The hunting on the Harriet II Riverboat is coming October 25th. Dress up in your most scariest costume, bring your partner, and dance the night away on the Alabama River. The spirited cruise includes live entertainment, spooky drink specials from the Cash Bar, delicious snacks, and a costume contest with prizes for the best. You must be 21 to board. Get ready to party. Book your hunting cruise on the Harriet II at funinmontgomery.com today.
This is Matt Woodham with Woodham Southside Firestone. As a businessman, you need to watch your advertising dollar. We've been using Blue Water Broadcasting for many years. Blue Water Broadcasting is the biggest bang for your buck. Blue Water Broadcasting and Woodham Southside Firestone, great combination.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the River region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader's still here.
I'm here.
But, I mean, usually he's not been here. He's
always be closing.
Right.
Always be closing.
And joining us in the studio, though, we have Caroline Dobson. She is a candidate to be the next Secretary of State for the great state of Alabama. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks. It's great to be back on.
Great to have you back here. Now, again, I asked you this when you were running for Congress, but, like, you're doing this again. You know what it, like, and it's a statewide campaign. So, like, what's the underlying reason why run?
Yes. Well, last year it was truly such a blessing to get to spend time in our state and realize all the many opportunities that we have, but also some of the real needs that we had. I was disappointed in the outcome of the Congressional District 2 race, of course, but I knew God had a purpose in that experience. And so, I was thinking and praying about ways to serve our state, and really the office of Secretary of State was just kind of obvious given my experience as a candidate in an election, very contested general election where election integrity was so crucial. And also my professional career in the private sector as I like to say, a dirt lawyer, a real estate lawyer, where I'm interacting with the office of Secretary of State on a nearly daily basis. And just through firsthand experience there, representing a lot of small business owners, I think there's a lot of improvement on the business services side, in addition, of course, to election integrity. And again, as a state, we have certainly been focused on election integrity, especially after the stolen 2020 election and what happened next door in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm grateful that the electorate, that our legislature that our legislature has felt the mandate from the people of Alabama to put in place some safeguards. But there's always so much more we can do on that front. And again, the election last year, we had to recruit an army of volunteers to be poll watchers. There are a lot of we identified several problem precincts throughout District 2 where there historically had not been any sort of independent oversight, any poll watchers there. And so that also made me realize, we need to be able to trust our elections, because if we don't trust our elections, we won't trust our elected officials and our government. We need to be able to trust our economy. And we also need to engage more folks to let them know the role that we all play in election integrity, because I think currently West Allen employs 38 employees. It's not this army of people that emerge every election day, kind of from the ether. That's secure. It's you and me and people in our communities that have to step up and volunteer to serve as poll workers, poll watchers. Again, as a member of the legal community, we need more lawyers to step up and volunteer, be observers in probate judge offices when they're counting absentee ballots. In one county in District 2, again, I had a conservative lawyer colleague that had volunteered to observe. And in one county, there were 43 absentee ballots that he got disqualified because they were either incomplete, incurable, something, was it massive fraud or was it, error? Who knows?
Right.
But these were 43 absentee ballots that the probate judge was just going to pass on through. And, someone who was my colleague who was well-versed in election law flagged them, and 43 votes didn't make the difference in my race, but it absolutely could in a close sheriff's race, county commission race. And I think that's sometimes in Alabama, I think we get a little complacent. We think, there's not vast statewide, election issues. We're a red state. But there are pockets throughout the state where there are patterns of election fraud, much of which was absentee ballot harvesting. And now Senate Bill 1 in the 2024 legislative session criminalizes absentee ballot harvesting, but we need to enforce that.
Right.
And so that's very important. I would love to establish, my goal is to establish an election integrity team within the Office of Secretary of State, of dedicated election law and IT experts. So when there is a claim of election fraud, there's a place, or election aberration, whether it's fraud or there's a logistical issue, which we saw in Mobile in the runoff, where voters who had voted in the mayor's race 4 weeks later were being marked as inactive. Right. So when there is an issue, there's a direct team to report it to, so that we can actually, have a really quick and expert set of eyes looking at these issues.
Well, you said a whole lot there. Good. While you're running, but you're ready to go. My sense, I don't think I'm alone in this, is that the competition in this state is often in primaries, Republican primaries.
That's right.
And I mean, as Secretary of State, obviously you'd be somewhat interfacing with the legislature. I would wonder if there might be a need for more laws. Maybe it's like a post audit or something on some of these like primary, really competitive, small turnout numbers.
Yes, no, exactly. And that's what another goal of mine is, to get post-election audit legislation passed. We're one of a handful of states that has no sort of mechanism for post-election audits. And again, that kind of goes back to the issue of trust. People want to trust their elections, and when there's no trigger for some type of audit, then people kind of question, if there is an aberration, there's no one to report it to, and then there's no trigger for any type of audit system. And so I'm working with the legislature and with election officials in our counties to ensure that we come up with something that we can implement, that is cost effective, that's efficient, because we certainly don't want to be like states out west where they're counting votes for weeks after election. That does not serve to
you can't
build
give a
trust.
mandate with the money, no money behind it. Like, what are the resources for the local folks?
Yes. So coming up with pragmatic solutions that again can be put in place when there are these close elections, and in the primary. That's not a partisan issue, because these are all Republicans, but people need to be able to trust that when they cast a ballot, that it's being counted, and it's being counted as it should be. And also that folks who are not entitled to vote in this state are not also getting their votes counted as well.
Now, is Secretary Allen on his way out what do you think as you're elected, you take the baton for him? What is that you're really going to keep? You're like, man, I like this. I want to build off what Secretary Allen did.
Well, I'm really grateful. Just this past summer, he announced that in Alabama, we are a paper ballot state. We do use ES&S machines to count those ballots, but again, if there is a question, the poll pad number doesn't match up with the ballots counted, or again, hopefully one day we have post-election audit legislation. We have a paper trail. We can always recount with paper ballots. Secretary Allen just this past summer announced, and apparently this is something he's been working on with the election ballot vendors since he's taken office. But in the 2026 election, all ballots will have an invisible hologram. Okay. So it'll be much easier to determine if there is, it'll be possible to determine if there are counterfeit ballots. Mm-hmm. So again, if we can, I'd like to build on that by working with our local election officials and legislature to get post-election audit legislation passed, so that then that can, you can be able to verify the paper ballot trail.
What about his, what is it, AVID or AVID, where it's the database,
Alabama Voter Integrity Database. Yeah. So he withdrew Alabama from the ERIC database because there were a lot of questions about some of the leadership and if that data was being used to be funneled to some radical voter registration activist groups funded by George Soros, and those are, I think, very legitimate concerns. But I would love to partner with every state in the country, but certainly want to work on partnering with more states to ensure that we are securely sharing information regarding interstate movement of citizens. Again, in Alabama, we have voter ID when you show up to vote that confirms your U.S. citizenship. But as between states, folks moving to Georgia or moving from Mississippi to Alabama, partnering with more states to ensure that we're removing folks who no longer live in Alabama and we're capturing those voters. You hear about again, thousands of voters that remain on voter rolls because they've, like your brother who moved from South Carolina to Tennessee this past summer. Yep. And then within the state too, I think there's more that we can do when it comes to registering to vote, as far as substantiating that you reside within the state where you claim to reside, because there's really nothing to stop you or me from clicking, checking that I'm an Alabama citizen, putting my Alabama driver's license number down, and then putting, an address in Lee County when I actually live in Montgomery. So,
and I imagine there are a lot of things you're going to keep too, where it goes all the way back to Secretary Merrill with like voter ID. Like if you can't afford or get that, we'll literally come bring it to you.
Right. No. And because that, it's vital that people who are, citizens of the United States, residents of Alabama, have the ability to vote. And so, but at the same time, we need people to also recognize that voting it's a right, but it's also a responsibility. And when it comes to absentee ballot, harvesting, now that we have a basis for apprehending folks who have been harvesting absentee ballots, we need to enforce it. It doesn't need to be, that's the law on the books, but, folks feel like they can get away with it, especially if they're in rural areas, because that's where we see a lot of, again, what's referred to as low level fraud. But I don't believe that it is low, because I think, again, a county commissioner who's corrupt, who was elected in due to election fraud, can have a huge impact on the daily lives of that county. And we can't have the opportunity in growth areas in this state be like a checkerboard, Lee County's doing great, but then there's Macon County and Tuscaloosa County is on there, and then there's Greene County, which I'm sure you saw the Greene County sheriff and his bingo money.
Yes,
and
so money.
Yeah, same Perry County. They've got, I think, about 6,400 adults in the county. And yet, as of last year, they had over 7,000 registered voters in that county. Precincts that will have 110% voter turnout. So, we need to be enforcing our really laws that I think are models for other states to emulate, but we need to be enforcing them throughout the state.
Now, I've personally only really interacted with the website and sort of like the service side to the end user with the elections and checking registration and stuff. And I think it works fairly seamlessly. I've, not messed with more the business side. And this is a whole other aspect of what the office does there.
Right.
And you mentioned that earlier, you wanted to introduce some reforms or add new things there.
Yes, I'd like to first and foremost, and there are things I can do unilaterally. There are things that I'll need the legislature to help with, but I would love to reduce fees, and I pledge to reduce fees. Currently, if you need to update your registered agent information for your small business LLC, or maybe you just own property with your brother and the two of you formed an LLC and one of you's moved, to update that information costs $100, and you've got to navigate the website, figure out what form to file. And I've, again, witnessed this on a daily basis. I would have clients that would call me up to engage in a legal matter. And then I really got down to it. They just needed me to file a form on the Secretary of State's website, but they didn't want to check a box they weren't supposed to check. It was confusing. And so President Trump has hired one of the founders of Airbnb as the first chief web design officer.
Yeah,
but
he's part of the larger DOGE, right?
Right. Yeah. But to make federal government websites more intuitive, more user-friendly. And I would love to see that with the Secretary of State's website, because it is one of the state websites that people are probably most frequent, either for election information or for their small businesses, to form an LLC, dissolve an LLC. So in addition to reduction in fees, just making it a lot more accessible and affordable, making it where people don't have to hire an attorney just to file a form.
Just to file an LLC,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Again, folks, are talking to Caroline Dobson. She is running for Secretary of State here in the great state of Alabama. If folks are listening, and they remember you also from all our conversations during the congressional campaign, if they want to support you and help with the campaign, donate, how can they do so?
Yes. Our website is Dobson for Alabama, DOB as in Bravo, SON. FOR Alabama, also on social media, Dobson for AL. And we'd love to have you be involved. You can request a yard sign and kind of keep up with events we have planned, and those will only increase between now and next May.
Now, a couple months back, your opponent was on these airways over that phone and put out a clean campaign pledge. I don't know if I ever saw a response to that, or do you want to?
Yeah, no, look, I am focused on my campaign and being truthful and demonstrating integrity and building trust with the voters. And I don't need to sign a paper for folks to know that what comes out of my mouth and what my campaign puts forward is going to be the truth, is going to be accurate, and it's going to be a reflection on my objectives for this office, and sharing my message, and that I want to do everything that I can to further the trust of the people of this state and all their elected officials. But all comes down to election integrity. Ultimately, it's fundamental. And if people, we've got good people running this cycle, a lot of candidates. And if we have an engaged and informed electorate, we can have both those things. But if we don't have trust in our election system, then it's all for nothing. And I think we are at this moment, in the wake of the Charlie Kirk tragedy, and even before that, with with the gains that we've seen made when it comes to just eliminating a lot of the woke elements and undertones in our government. But certainly in the wake of the Charlie Kirk tragedy, people want to be engaged. They recognize, especially young people, they recognize that this is the country they're going to be inheriting. This is the country they're going to be raising their kids in, and they need to participate. I've shared this example before, but last year in the congressional race, I visited Troy's campus many times. I really admired that Troy has a diverse student body, and yet they're very proud of the fact they've never spent a penny on DEI initiatives, unlike some of the other universities in this state. So I wanted to engage, like, what's the college Republican group? Well, there really wasn't one. And I thought, well, this is a group of students they're probably more right of center, but they weren't organized, they weren't getting involved. And even if they, were kind of thought along the same lines as I did. And then I just heard, I was in Pike County last week, and they started a Turning Point chapter there. And at their first meeting, they had over 400 students.
Oh, wow.
Which is great. So I think that just demonstrates that even young people that I think certainly there are young people that were left of center that have since woken up to reality and come over to the good side. But for even young people who kind of held conservative values, I think they've realized how important it is to be engaged and to participate and to be informed. So again, I think that's incredibly important. If we don't have trust in our government, then we're less likely to have an engaged populace.
Here, and I really do see your race is going to be, I think, a very competitive one. I think also, that U.S. Senate race is getting real crowded.
A lot of competitive races, and competition is good.
It is.
That encourages us all to perform to a higher standard. And I have a little bit of a different perspective, having been a candidate in a very contested general election, running against a Democrat, having George Soros funded groups in the district, being smeared by, the left-wing media in this state. And so I think it's also important that, that we all recognize that it's kind of like we're having tryouts for quarterback, but we're all on the same team,
right.
And it's great that we have all these really qualified people of good character running. And so, again, there are a lot of those candidates have never, even if they currently hold public office, have never run against a viable Democrat. And so it flavors my perspective a little bit differently than theirs.
Fair enough. And I guess this would be kind of the final question. With the enthusiasm you're seeing with young people and reaction to the tragedy around Charlie Kirk, the awful assassination of Charlie Kirk, do you see it as your role, say you are elected Secretary of State, to make sure we're getting good turnout numbers, that there is sort of, and it's not necessarily a partisan thing. It's just, if we were running a good system, we're informing people this is where you're going to vote, this is when the date is.
Right.
Like, this can help up those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think part of it is making the information really accessible. Again, I think we can do a lot more with technology. If you can use an app to show you how many minutes you are away from the nearest Chick-fil-A, then we could make it a lot easier for folks to realize where they need to vote. Again, making it easier for folks to update their voter information and ensure that folks know how to register to vote and be engaged, especially when it comes to the interplay with municipal elections, which I think we just saw, because a lot of folks, I think, assumed that municipal precincts are where they voted for president, and that's not the case. And so, again, I think making information more accessible is key to engaging more folks.
Well, and I was going to say, last question, but somebody stole my computer remotely. So let me ask you something more general. Like, where all of you traveled the state so far? Like, how is the campaign going in general?
Oh, it's great. It's great. No, we have a wonderful state, and it's been great to get to campaign all over the state, because last year, running in a congressional race with very arbitrarily drawn lines, there were a lot of geographical, cultural, kind of economic regions that were split up. And so I'd hear about, there's real, exciting opportunity coming to Covington County. Well, you don't care about that because it's not in your district. It's like, no, I do care about that. I'd love to hear about
Alabama.
that. Yeah, exactly. And so it's been great to get to spend time throughout the state. My mom is from North Alabama, from Coleman. And so it's been wonderful to get to reconnect with some folks in North Alabama. And I look forward to, again, hoping to make it to just about every crossroads, because I'm from a crossroads and I know how important it is for folks throughout the state, no matter where they live, to be heard.
Well, it's great seeing you. As you know, you're always welcome here.
Well, thank you. No, I just, as a result, I haven't been in Montgomery as often.
That's cool.
So I hate that I haven't been a more frequent visitor, but I hope to be.
No,
so.
Anytime. And I do appreciate it. Again, folks, Caroline
Likewise.
Dobson, y'all check her out today, but this probably will be the first of many conversations.
I do hope so.
So y'all stay tuned.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. What is a smart way to buy a house in today's market? Now is a good time to buy, since we now have a more balanced market than we've had in years. Here are the steps. First step, get pre-qualified with an experienced local lender. It costs you nothing to find out firsthand whether you can qualify for a home and how much that home loan will cost. Second step, hire a local realtor with lots of experience that can guide you, advise you, and be your advocate. We call those buyer agents. Third step, decide what your wants and needs have to be. bedrooms, baths, floor plan, location, and school zones. Fourth, ask your realtor to line up homes that fit your price category and your location needs. Fifth, start actually looking inside these homes and see what is available and the cost of each property. For all of this information and step-by-step approach, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun. ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show, and if you can hear this, we want to come see you.
You heard right!
David Ernest and the crew from the Health and Wealth Show want to come to your town just to say hello. All you have to do is let them know who you are and where you are. It's as simple as that.
It can't be that simple.
Oh, yes, it is.
What do we have to do?
Write your name on the back of a $20 bill. Then, sorry, that's the wrong offer. If you would like David Ernest and the crew from the Health and Wealth Show to come visit you, call toll-free 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE. Tell us your name. Tell us where you are. Tell us your phone number. And maybe we'll come see you. If that method is not to your liking, get on Facebook. Go to Ernest Financial, Montgomery, Alabama. Click on the page. Then click on the pinned post at the top, and there's all the information you need. David Ernest wants to come see you. Brought to you by Ernest Financial, LLC, serving the community for over 40 years.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Big news! Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway, still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care, just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Once again today, I think there will be showers on the radar, but most towns will get skipped. The showers will be few and far between. We're back in the 80s again for a high temperature today, at least the middle 80s today, upper 60s tonight. But a cold front is on the way, and that's going to bring some big changes. Thursday's high may reach 80. I've got us around 59 on Thursday night, with Friday's high only in the middle 70s and much less humidity. Get ready for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Great seeing Caroline Dobson. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And fellas, if you just don't feel like yourself, and you write it off as, I'm just getting older. Like you're slowing down, getting a little thicker around the middle, losing muscle mass, your sleep patterns are all messed up. You're not really ever in the mood. You know what I'm talking about. But a lot of guys go, it's just part of getting older. No, it is not just part of aging. Low energy and performance issues aren't inevitable. Solutions do exist wherever you are in life. You can be in your 50s and 60s. You can be in your 20s and 30s and feel this way. What you need to do is get by Montgomery Men's Health. There's no guesswork, no gimmicks, no just generic stuff they're throwing at you, hoping it works. The urologists and providers there at Montgomery Men's Health will tailor solutions specifically to your body and goals. And of course, it's affordable and accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. Gentlemen, you only got one life. Procrastination is only going to make this worse. Get by there. See Montgomery Men's Health. You can always call them direct at 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today. So, one story that we haven't done a lot in detail because we've been so tied up with focusing on local events is the massive spying problem. Now, they've been spying on members of Congress and members of the Senate for a long time. Sometimes the senators even grow a pair to call them out. I can remember even before she kind of faded away, Dianne Feinstein, you remember her? Senator from California. She actually went to the Senate floor so she couldn't be prosecuted for revealing classified stuff and told the whole world how the CIA under John Brennan had spied on her office. Many others, but it came out that 8 different Republicans were spied on. One of them was our very own Coach Tommy Tuberville, senator from the great state of Alabama. But another one was the chairman himself of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Lindsey Graham. And I'm telling you what, folks, Lindsey is pissed. Lindsey doesn't like what he's seeing. Lindsey doesn't like what he's hearing. Hell, Lindsey doesn't like what he's smelling. I'm the head of the Judiciary Committee. They're spying on me. They're looking at my phone calls. They're tapping my phone. You don't need to know my private business. I'm not Charlie Kirk. Don't be sharing my private messages. Because I wasn't doing anything illegal. I was just having fun. Every once in a while, Senator Graham does the hysterics quite well. And given he was caught up in this, but wasn't Lindsey, I have trouble feeling sorry for Lindsey in particular, because wasn't Lindsey like one of the first people after the Edward Snowden leaks to be like, well, if you got nothing to hide, what are you worried about? I mean, we need to be able to stop terrorists. So he was the first one to say, well, if you got nothing to hide, what should you even worry about? Well, Lindsey, if you got nothing to hide, why does it even matter the FBI was spying on you? Just because it was the Biden DOJ, but it's all cool for a Republican DOJ to spy on all sorts of folks? Come on. Come on, man. Eddie Bader rejoining the program.
That was my line I was just going to throw in.
Come on,
Come on, man.
No, but did you see how angry Lindsey Graham is?
He ain't mad.
Oh, he is. I'm the head of the Judiciary Committee. That's how you say it.
He's ticked off, but he ain't mad.
Oh.
People like him don't get mad. They get ticked off.
I'm going to turn your ass into a nightlight if you keep spying on me. Spank it red.
If they really had anything on him, do you think they would have put it out there anyway? Because how hard would it really be to have something on Lindsey? Just the least bit embarrassing stuff. Look at the man, Joey.
Oh, yeah. No, we've mentioned it before. There's Scott Bessent.
Yeah.
With Lindsey Graham. It's a photo. They're both from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And Bessent's like out and proud lion, and Lindsey's like a little worm. Hey, man, how you doing?
But Lindsey's been around so long. If you put dirt on him, you'll never be heard from
he's
again.
Probably a dirt on everybody. That's why he's lasted so long.
Exactly. And he has, you tell me, is he married, Joey? Is he a family man? Is there a reason we had him?
Don't you be looking at my private messages. I'm the head of the Judiciary, and I love women. I'm Lindsey Graham, and I love them.
Exactly.
I love women. I love the Attorney General, Pam Bondi. She's a woman. I love her.
Hey, speaking of Pam, I did enjoy her little outburst yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I did enjoy that.
Here's first, though. I haven't played this yet. Let's listen to the
Oh,
actual.
you hadn't played it?
Yeah. I've just been going on saying, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I smell, Eddie.
I'm going to rate your performance.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't quite as flamboyant as some past ones. Let's listen into Lindsay.
Wonder why we're looking at Comey? Give me a break. Why are we looking at Comey? Because he ran an FBI and personally knew about exculpatory information and let it slide. How in the hell can two FBI agents interview a man who says the document you're using against a sitting president to suggest he may be a Russian agent or Carter Page that is now no longer reliable? How does that not get to the court? Can you tell me how that doesn't get to the court? You can't, can you?
I can't, Senator, and I
Can
can't.
you tell me why my phone records,
Oh, no.
when I'm the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, were sought by the Jack Smith agents? Why did they ask to know who I called and what I was doing from January 4th to the 7th? Can you tell me that?
No, Senator, and there were 8 senators in total.
Yeah, Lindsay pissed.
I understand that, but you got me yelling at the wrong girl. She's like, I just got hired. I just.
No, I think my performance is pretty good. When he gets a little worked up, he's not as
However,
friendly.
The bothersome part about that, and I don't think it surprises anybody, but we have the inner FBI CIA agency spying on people that we've elected. We haven't elected none of them SOBs.
No.
So that just shows you they will put in there and they will kick out of there who they want when they want.
Exactly right. I got to hear this again before we go away from it.
He may be a Russian agent or Carter Page that is now no longer reliable. How does that not get to the court?
Yeah.
Can you tell me how that doesn't get to the court?
Tell me.
You can't, can you?
I can't, Senator, and I
Can
can't.
you tell me why my phone records, when I'm the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, were sought by the Jack Smith agents?
Well, Senator, it's
not just about sex.
There you go.
All right. But moving on, because he wasn't the only one who got animated.
Oh,
at the Judiciary Committee.
Okay.
Another one is one of our favorites, Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana. At least he's one of my favorites.
I love the guy.
Now, often I think he's a little too big government for a taste, but I like the guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, even we disagree, I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. I don't like that policy, but I do like this guy.
I do.
He seems like he's got reasons that are reasonable.
Right.
When he stands by something. So here is Senator John Kennedy at that same exact hearing that Lindsey Graham, I'm the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and why are they looking at my phone records? What you looking for? I'll share it with you. Just come on down to the motel. I'll show you what I'm doing on Saturday night.
That's another thing.
You come on down. You don't got to spy on me. I'm an open book.
No, you're not.
I'm an open book.
Oh, we would have read that book by now.
I love women.
It's
And
because
war.
you say it
I
loud.
love war even more.
If you say it loud and you say it proud, doesn't mean it's true, Joey.
It is true. Because I love them.
Got 2 or 3 that work for you, right?
Oh, yeah. And Diane, she's always just so personable with everybody. Like, she just, I don't know. And then the story she tells.
Yeah.
I can't tell them now.
Oh.
Maybe you got to spy on me to find out Diane's stories. God, that's so much fun to do that voice. I don't know why. Maybe I should just be coming out and proud that I am. It's just too much fun. But this is John Kennedy at that same hearing. Let's listen in to Senator Kennedy's contribution.
Please, Senator, maybe they didn't recognize any of the names of the 8 sitting United States senators.
Hypothetically.
That was a joke.
Or maybe they should have gone to Amazon and buy some testicles online. Instead of just saying, sure, I'll just show you the phone records of a sitting United States senator on the basis of an administrative subpoena. Now, do you have copies of the subpoena applications?
Yes, Senator, I can't discuss anything regarding this.
You can't
case
even
with
tell me
you.
if you have copies?
I can't discuss any of this.
All right,
with
when
you,
are you
I'm sorry.
going to, General, when are you going to be able to discuss it?
I can't discuss whether there is or is not a pending investigation.
I understand,
Senator. This
but
was
let's
just
assume
brought to light
if
by
there is a
Director
pending
Patel.
investigation, I don't want this to get swept under the rug, okay? Because I think you're going to get pushback from all quarters.
Yeah.
I think the telecommunication companies are going to be all over you like a bad rash.
Yep.
Because they've got liability here for just turning over these records.
Yep.
When they knew what was going on. I think some FBI agents may have some liability here.
Yep.
I think Senator Kennedy has a good point. From now on, in Lindsey Graham's office, we are only communicating by walkie-talkie. What?
I can go to Walmart and get the $5 walkie-talkies and hear everything you say.
Not with my walkie-talkie.
That's what they tell you.
I got a secure walkie-talkie.
That's what they tell you.
I work with, him and Trump aren't that close anymore. I work with Elon. You know what I got myself?
What you got?
I call it a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
But Diane knows it's a space phone.
It is a space phone.
Space phone.
They don't give them out to just everybody.
All my messages that they spied on, they're bouncing around satellites coming back to Earth. I feel like David Bowie Starman.
But if I gave you a phone absolutely free, you don't think I'm doing that because I like you as much as I've got the hardware, software in there already that I can track you and listen whenever I want. And basically, I'm a party line.
I mean, which side of the Hezbollah Israel thing you think I'm on? I know. I'm Lindsey Graham. I love women, and I love Israel, and I love war.
He does love war. Right about that.
I'm tired of people spying on me.
Got no kids, he gets into war.
But John Kennedy has a fantastic point about that.
I love
Like it
John
is,
Kennedy.
I think a lot of the telecommunication companies should have gone to Amazon and bought some testicles because
A long time ago, but
they're in cahoots, and they've been in cahoots for a long,
that's
long
just
time.
it. You
And I
don't-
have in Lindsey Graham here because he was the number one guy. I don't think you were in the room when I said this. After Snowden, he on Fox News holds up his phone. It's like, if you got, I'm on Verizon. If you got nothing to hide, what are you worried about?
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that because that was his way of saying, yeah, it's okay if they spy on you.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have much sympathy for the folks that love these systems of control and surveillance. And then when it comes back on them, I'm a sitting senator of this Judiciary Committee chairman. Okay. So? Think you're in charge?
Right.
Anyway. But they weren't the only ones at that hearing. There was another person at that hearing.
Who else?
There's another person on the Judiciary Committee, if I'm even saying it correctly. Sometimes I say words wrong. But it's a woman.
Do love women.
Yeah, we love women. Hear her roar. And actually, I'm good friends with this woman.
Oh.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah, in all seriousness, yeah. This is at that same hearing. She's on the Judiciary Committee, Katie Britt.
Oh, I love some Katie.
Well, let's listen into what she was throwing down. She wasn't spied on, so I don't know exactly what she's...
I don't know if she wasn't spied on.
She might be getting into the whole AI thing and like the child safety thing. I don't know what she's exactly going to get into, but given she lives in Montgomery and from Montgomery and
we like her
and she's the senator, we should at least hear what she did in the committee hearing, right?
We do like her.
Yeah. Well, let's,
very captivating.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be Tucker Carlson or Ted Cruz. That's not. No, I'm not there yet.
No,
just not there.
I want to
So let's
talk
listen
to
in.
you about the next generation. I want to talk to you about our kids, people who don't have a seat at the table but need us to fight for them tirelessly. When you look at this, I see a couple of different buckets of ways that bad actors are taking advantage of our children, and in some of the most extreme situations, we lose that child, whether to death or to self-harm. And I think we owe it to them to do something about it. So first is social media. Tell me, what are you doing? I have sat across from a number of parents who have talked to me about their child either falling victim to sextortion, different schemes that are online. We also know that there is an element of human trafficking that comes here. Let's start with social media. What are you doing to hold bad actors accountable, to track them down, and to keep our kids safe?
Senator, first, thank you for bringing that up. This, I believe, is what an oversight hearing should be about.
Thank you.
Not yell. Oh, he's gone already. He comes in and leaves. This is what an
Oh, it must have been Denang Dick, Richard Blumenthal.
Blumenthal?
Man, she really
Yeah,
ripped that
she
guy
ripped him,
apart.
Which he deserved it, did he not?
Yeah, just a bit. That seems to be the Trump administration's MO. Like, knowing the fireworks are going to happen, be like, this is not about a productive, good faith conversation. So just let them have it right back.
I'm liking it. Call them out on their BS.
I like it in a sort of like animalistic.
Yeah, but I
way,
like it in a sense of.
But I think it's also stupid.
If I'm negotiating or dealing with you, it's important that we kind of put the accepted rules on the table.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and if you don't go by those rules or I don't go by those rules, it's important to call each other out on it.
Now, one thing, and we'll continue on with Katie Britt's questioning of the Attorney General. Story came out: suspected Chinese government operatives, and you got to read it like this, very close to the mic, and deep. Asked ChatGPT. These Chinese government operatives asked ChatGPT to help write proposal for a tool to conduct large-scale surveillance and to help promote another that allegedly scans social media accounts for quote-unquote extremist speech. ChatGPT maker OpenAI said in a report published Tuesday, the report sounds the alarm about how a highly coveted artificial intelligence technology can be used to try to make repression more efficient and provides, quote, a rare snapshot into the broader world of authoritarian abuses of AI. Before I go back to the senator's questioning, like China's kind of explicitly authoritarian, so is Russia, though they play that game of like, no, we believe in Christ and stuff.
Yeah,
like
game.
We're the third Rome or something. But would the United States do that? Because we're a democratic republic,
1,000%
with a constitution and a bill of rights. So even though we're still a democracy, quote unquote, and you elect all sorts of folks and all these things, they're spying on the very people. Why are we so worried about Chinese authoritarianism when it's right here in our own backyard?
Because if we're going to do the spying, it's on us. We're doing the spying.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay, we do it.
Let's go back to the Attorney General. Listen to a little more of this.
Oversight hearing should be about trying to help parents and children online. Yes, Director Patel has been doing a great job. The FBI, we have an entire unit. Not only that, our National Security Division is working internationally.
Well, and I want to talk about that too, because I think a lot of this comes from overseas.
Yes.
And so whether it's these schemes, this extortion schemes, et cetera, it's happening off our shores. How are you connecting the dots there? And then additionally, let's look at human trafficking. And you find a number of times people are lured into this from posts on social media. I believe that is a global trafficking ring. I would like to speak to what are you doing to make sure you're holding those people accountable and getting to the bottom of it, finding bad actors and making sure that we're keeping these children safe.
Senator Britt, we have made countless cases around this country, and many of them have involved global international defendants. In fact, we've been extraditing some of them back. As many as we can get, we're bringing them back to this country. That's how we're holding them accountable and locking them up for as long as we humanly can lock them up. And Director Patel, our National Security Division, have been working tirelessly on that. We have entire units working on that. I think the most
you feel like you've made better strides than we saw over the last 4 years.
We have made incredible strides. I'm sorry, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but yes, we have made, I would
love to get those from you. I want to make sure that we are doing that. I also obviously have worked diligently alongside Senator Blackburn and so many others to put the proper guardrails in place when it comes to social media to prevent these things from happening to our children, allowing them to still thrive online, but knowing the threats that are out there, it is incumbent upon us to actually do something about it. So I hope that those different pieces of legislation that would help keep kids safe, help give you additional tools, I hope that this body and ultimately Congress will take those up.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
That parents also, I always say your child has no right to privacy on the internet, and parents need to monitor what their kids are doing.
Yeah,
now,
no
we all know that even elementary kids, school kids, so many of them have cell phones. Because they're at school, they're latchkey kids, they're riding the bus home. So many children have cell phones, but parents, you have to monitor. There are safeguards you can put on the phone, but you have to monitor
I also
what your
think
kids are doing on the internet.
I do think that there is some accountability that needs to be held even with social media providers.
Absolutely.
Because I know that, for instance, we had a judiciary subcommittee hearing where we heard from parent after parent whose child had, bought something online that they thought to be maybe a different type of drug. It was laced with fentanyl. They died. If that was happening on a storefront and a small business in America, we would shut that storefront down. We must do more to hold not only the bad actors online, but also the people who allow it to happen accountable. And I hope that you'll commit to work with me on that.
I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you.
So
Senator.
staying in that vein on parents, looking at illegal gaming across, again, this is a global thing, offshore illegal gaming. We have found that young men in particular have been targeted when it comes to betting and being involved in this legal gaming. We're finding that through whether it be advertisements or things that are directly targeted to get them addicted and get them pulled in and addicted on that.
Like DraftKings?
Oh,
do they get you addicted to food?
Yeah.
Do they get you addicted to certain lifestyles?
Yeah.
They get you addicted to the porn? Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, it's quite the dopamine hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's very depressing in the end. So I'm kind of like, wait, is she talking about DraftKings? Like I'm watching Flagrant with Andrew Schultz and the fellas, and they do an ad for DraftKings. Like I can't do DraftKings in Alabama.
Nope. There's several besides DraftKings.
Oh yeah,
there's a couple more. But
I don't know.
Can't do them in Alabama.
Maybe I just
even with the ExpressVPN.
That isn't the particular temptation that scratches my itch. So
Oh.
I'm not that aware of that issue. I am somewhat how gambling can literally destroy lives and families and stuff.
Sure.
When you are truly addicted to it. But it just seems like I don't want the government to protect me from all my vices.
I don't want the government to protect me from me.
Right.
I thought I was born with what they
No,
called free
seriously,
will.
I'm on this kick. I was telling you off air. I would much rather somebody say what you're doing with the gambling's a sin. It's hurting you. It's hurting your family. I'm not going to have the government come and tell you can't, but you're doing it's wrong. And if somebody cares about you, has enough care to say that, cool. That's it. You might not be happy, but that's a different conversation than
You can't.
the government will come in and you can't do a thing.
Because we're all have been teenagers at some point in our life.
Yeah.
We still have that natural rebellion in us. When someone says no, it just makes you want it more. Then when gambling, you're like, what's the problem? I'm winning. What's the problem?
Maybe we can get some unit on top of it.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio with me.
That guy Ray a heart attack.
Did you accidentally call Ray Bowles?
Yeah, and he's like, when I call him, it's like the 3 o'clock alarm.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm sorry about that. Right, take your
Sorry.
pills. Anyway, let's go to Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are y'all?
Pretty good.
We're doing all right. Do you happen to use us as sort of a 2 o'clock alarm? Like it's 2 o'clock in the day when Joey and sometimes Eddie calls you?
Yes, 2 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Very important to check on them midday. Very important.
Yep.
So
Yep. Check in with your daddy.
anyway, what's the score there today at Cohen's?
It's 21-0. You know, I had a customer that I remember going out to help Michael do the install, and I looked it up. It was 2015. We sold him a nice Sony 70-inch flat panel and a lot of other stuff. But anyway, he's called today and he said got some remodeling that's happened and he needs that TV reinstalled. And just so happened Michael got through a little early today and we got him a helper and he's out there and he'll be there in probably about 20 minutes and, you know, get him taken care of. And, you know, it's kind of cool when everything kind of flows the way it's supposed to and you can get someone that's in a hurry taken care of quickly. And, you know, it all works out.
Well, and I love too that somebody, what you said about 2015, so 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, and they're still coming back.
10 years ago. Yeah, my hopes are that the TV still works when they put it up. you know, I mean, he got his life out of it. And,
he did.
You hope that when they took it down, they were gentle with it and it's all good.
Well, folks, y'all can check them out online. Of course, them, I mean, Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. You can always go to thinkcohens.com, shop from home there. But there's nothing like actually stopping by the showroom at 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. Open 9 to 6 Monday to Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And find Michael and say, hey, I heard you on that radio show with Joey and Eddie.
That's right. Y'all come see us. Let us help you make the right choice for whatever your needs are. And have a great day.
Appreciate you, Michael.
Take care, Michael.
All right.
And, well, we got one more hour ahead.
Yeah, we do.
We can keep going with this hearing, or we could jump to something else.
I'm fine with whatever. Talking to Michael reminds me of that commercial that he put out, and I shared it on Facebook of Smash Burger season.
Burger season.
I guess it's the season for Smash Burgers.
But it is? Is that just an excuse some fat guy made up?
Well, I fell for it because it was like 2 Smash Burgers with cheese and on a flat top that you can get there at Cohen's.
Sounds good.
I'm hungry now.
That sounds so good. Go get a grill there at Cohen.
I know. You know, we got to talk to him about that. We got a big backyard over here.
By the way,
for a grill.
Auburn University Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Justice Toolkit feared to incite backlash following divisive concepts law, rebranded Community and Belonging.
Okay, but does the message change? Has their goal changed? Because you can change the name of something all day long, which people do it on the regular.
No, I don't think their goal has changed. I think they just rebranded,
Wrong
put
is
a new
wrong.
face on it.
Wrong is wrong, man.
Anyway, hey, this entire hour before we go into the final one.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. You know something about
I
this,
do. I
Trey.
know them folks very well. To me, Joey, and this happens quite often. We'll get people that call me up and say, hey, how much is the house at so-and-so ABC Street? We're like, well, I've got them all over town. So you can tell this is a buyer that's no fault of his own, but uneducated about the whole buying process. So it quickly leads to getting the right address. And then they say, okay, well, how much is the deposit? We say, well, we're selling houses, and I know at that point, again, they need some help. They need banker help. So that's the kind of folks I put in charge, or I put in touch with Madeline. And then when they call me back, they're telling me, hey, Eddie, did you know this? You didn't tell me this, Eddie. Did you know this? No, that's why I told you to call Madeline.
Yes. That's why I sent you over there, folks. If you're looking for that sort of help, again, purchasing, especially first-time home buyers, but also refinance.
Big time, yes.
Also veterans like that don't know about
best deal in town.
These offers, these benefits y'all earn through your service, you veterans. So you check them out today. They're at Alabama Home Mortgage. Get the conversation going at least. Learn something at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Kusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Former FBI Director James Comey has pleaded not guilty to lying to Congress 5 years ago. Comey made his first court appearance today in a Justice Department criminal case accusing him of lying to Congress. The president's son, Eric Trump, weighed in today on Comey. He says Not only does he think Comey is guilty, but he's also not surprised by revelations that the Biden FBI spied on a number of Republican senators. Authorities have charged a 29-year-old man with igniting the January fire that destroyed LA's Pacific Palisades neighborhood. The acting U.S. attorney in the case says the evidence of surveillance video places a suspect at the scene of the fire's ignition. Authorities arrested 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderneck for lighting a fire on New Year's Day that smoldered underground and eventually burned down much of Pacific Palisades. On Wall Street right now, the Dow's up 73 points. This is SRN News.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Once again today, I think there will be showers on the radar, but most towns will get skipped. The showers will be few and far between. We're back in the 80s again for a high temperature today, at least the middle 80s today, upper 60s tonight. But a cold front is on the way, and that's going to bring some big changes. Thursday's high may reach 80. I've got us around 59 on Thursday night, with Friday's high only in the middle 70s and much less humidity. Get ready for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
1819 News.
At last night's Tuesday meeting of the Montgomery City Council, there was a unanimous vote to suspend the downtown entertainment district from operations after there was a shootout there this past weekend, killing 2 people and injuring 14 others. The shooting occurred between 2 groups who were there for an HBCU event. City Councilman Charles Ginwright introduced this ordinance to the council as an opportunity to get that entertainment district under control. There will be no open carry of alcohol in that district, which normally does allow for customers to walk outdoors with the alcoholic beverages that they purchased at a restaurant or bar. This whole move comes after it came to light that free beer was served throughout the night at the HBCU event. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Ryan Dawson here, CEO of 1819 News. I'm also the host of 1819 News, the podcast, and we'd love for you to join us by listening to our weekly show on all the top podcast apps, both in audio and video format. At 1819 News, the podcast, we are in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama. Every week, we're having important conversations with guests from across this great state, all with the goal of equipping Alabamians to be in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama with us. New episodes are released weekly. I hope you'll join us.
A 90-year-old Decatur man was struck and killed by a vehicle this past Tuesday. The Morgan County coroner has identified that victim as Fred Swope. The driver of the vehicle did stay at the scene. An investigation is now underway. The town of Cordova has a new interim police chief after the sudden resignation of Jason Hare this past Tuesday. Hare had only been working in that position for a few months when he offered his letter of resignation. There was surveillance video of Hare interacting with a female employee at the police department, which is very likely the reason for his sudden departure. Harold Cox has now been sworn in as interim police chief. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
It's the 72nd Alabama National Fair through Monday the 13th. This Sunday night, the fair proudly presents a true American icon, Lee Greenwood.
His truth is march.
Lee Greenwood will bring the Coliseum to its feet with a powerful salute to our hometown heroes.
I'm proud to be an American.
Everyday military active and retired and active first responders get in free at the fair. But on this special evening of recognizing our hometown heroes and unforgettable music, you won't want to miss it. And here's the best part. This special concert is free with fair admission to everyone else. Lee Greenwood in concert Sunday night at 7 p.m. Presented by the Porch Band of Creek Indians. Save time, skip the lines, get your tickets in advance at Ticketmaster. The 72nd Alabama National Fair now through Monday the 13th. Sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Montgomery, Coca-Cola, and HMMA.
Your nightly news begins with Fox 20 News at 9.
We start Fox 20 News at 9 with breaking news.
Putting Montgomery news first. Covering your news from all sides. Fox 20 News at 9 is Montgomery's original 9 p.m. news. Live reports from your community. Don't wait till 10. See what's making news tonight and what you can expect tomorrow. If it's happening in the capital city, it's happening on Fox 20 News at 9. Coverage you can count on.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. Even in the digital age, radio remains the most powerful reach medium for connecting with audiences. Its ability to engage listeners, reach a wide and diverse audience, and create real emotional connections sets it apart from other forms of media. Radio's adaptability and easy access ensure its continued relevance now and in the future. Want to learn how radio can work for your business? Visit BlueWaterBroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
Joey Clark.
Oh, welcome into the program. Final hour. Love the show. And joining us early, though she'll probably be more working on stuff. Hey, Pamela, how you doing?
I am here.
I love having you in the studio.
I am working, but
what do you mean by that?
Because it's the three of us. I like having.
Yeah, I enjoy it too. But just you would.
That's why, because it brings up conversations like this. That's why I love having her in the studio.
Okay.
Plus, Joey, look around the studio.
Yeah.
What's the best looking thing you see in the studio, Joey?
Pamela.
Okay.
Compare to us?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Come on.
Say it.
Sorry for him roping you into that, Pamela. So I was talking to Pamela here off air, and she didn't catch, because of the terrible shooting downtown, there are a lot of people bring up the gun control thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a message from the Internet Hall of Fame. This guy is actually part of the Internet Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And he's got a message to liberals that want to come take his guns. He seems like a good Southern boy. I mean, look at the face, the kind of wears his hair, teases out of his hat, his ball cap, and let's
bend in his hat.
We got the baby face thing going on. Let's listen into this gentleman.
I got a message for all you liberals out there.
Yeah.
You want my gun, my firearm? Come take it from me.
Sure.
Just walk through my door, come into my home, and take it from me. With your weak, soft, liberal, girlish hands. Just try to put those hands on me. Those soft liberal hands. Put them on me, on my body. Just slowly, gently dragging your fingers up and down my arm, giving me goosebumps. You want my gun? Come kiss me for it. But not like right away. Don't be too obvious with it. Let's do that thing where our faces get close to each other. And you know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You just stare at each other's lips. But you're waiting for the right signal to give yourself over to them completely. Like in a walk to remember. Come do that for my gun. Bite my lip and play with my hair. For my firearm. If you want my gun, come spank me for it.
Sometimes you make a stupid internet video that is such a banger, it lasts for decades. Like this looks like an old video. It looks like early YouTube. I'm sorry.
It does.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what makes it even better.
That is hilarious.
Let's go to Urbanite. Hey, Urbanite, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Good.
I'm going to change the momentum. I'm going to change the mood in that place.
Oh, no.
I cannot believe the city council was dumb enough to do what they did. It makes no sense to mess up the momentum of the positive activities going on over an incident.
We're taking away the entertainment district?
Suspending it, which I don't understand that either.
Think about it. When the right people come to town and you don't have those things in place, it's never going to get to come back. There'll always be something where the people said we didn't have it.
You remember?
Even though they won't know that it's temporary, though.
Right.
The person visiting will not know that it's temporary.
Just sees it as shuttered again.
Right. Though
Right,
also,
in a town that was known for being boring, it's still boring.
Yeah.
well, I think they do need to double down on doing events. And I mean, there's a lot of development down there. Renaissance Center impact a lot's not going to slow down and should not. The entertainment district removal is just the open carrying of alcohol, open container.
Which is a minor thing, but let's face it, when you got Nashville and Memphis and all those things in our orbit, we look like the backward idiots that don't have it.
Though Judd Blunt said I think he owns Red Bluffs, down on the riverfront. He said we barely sell anything for people to actually walk around. Like people will be around the bar and on the riverfront, but actually going to the whole district, like that's. I don't know if this is actually the alcohol was the biggest deal. I think the biggest deal is you had a massive crowd,
security,
and you didn't have you needed more personnel down
there. So maybe that, if I'm not mistaken, in that thing called something district in the entertainment zone, some kind of got one of those designations to it, for some kind of tax district or something.
I thought so, and plus I thought with the expansion of the Capitol Police,
maybe they should be investing in some kind of private security then.
Sure, but no, entertainment district are areas where patrons are allowed to purchase an alcoholic beverage from a restaurant and bars and carry it outdoors to consume within that district.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, all the designation means.
Okay.
So you just can't walk around with beer or open.
I still
Just
think
get a
it's a mistake to halt it. I think it's a logistical mistake to halt it.
I kind of agree with you on that, but I think it's their way of and we ain't got the manpower to secure this anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want to say that, so.
Yeah, and again, just from the footage, I don't think it was alcohol that caused one person to start firing it into a massissive crowd. I think this is more rival gangs.
You have an idea. I guess we need to start marketing it as the hospitality trail. Yeah. I mean, we need to have a name in the back because we're going to have to save ourselves from this one. I can promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they just opened up
we have to reinvent the wheel.
They just opened up the new Elevation Convenience Center and Hotel on Hilltop. It's the Equal Justice Initiative, and Brian Stevenson continuing to push it.
You mean SLP2?
Yes.
Southern Poverty Law Center 2? Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, here's one quote, by the way. You might get a kick out of it tonight. We created this space. It is a beautiful space.
Yeah,
but we created this space to be refuge and sanctuary for the thousands of people visiting our legacy sites. When you're dealing with history that can be challenging, you need a safe place to retreat, to reflect, to recover. Elevation was created with that in mind.
What
do? You go there crying and you walk out feeling better? What? I don't get it.
Not a safe place.
Right, this is a safe place.
But you know what? See, I've seen the people come out of the museums. They do look stunned.
Oh, they do.
They just look like a train hit them.
Yeah, seeing man's depravity to man splayed out for all your eyes to see, and it's horrible. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
I don't know if you need to have a whole building.
All I ever wanted was dinosaur bones and airplanes. For my museums. You didn't have to have anything heavy.
Well, we just saw the history of a lot of people being lynched. Want to go get a sandwich?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See you every night.
Yeah, Stevenson goes on to say, if we have the courage to confront that history, our history, honestly, I think there's something that feels more like freedom, more like equality, more like justice waiting for us. But to get that done, we've got to have the courage to deal honestly with our past, and elevation will be an important part of that.
So are we dealing honestly with our past? So they talk about the black slave owners in that place?
I don't know. We should go.
Yeah, I talked to a friend of mine that did go, and he did have a really emotional experience.
Sure.
He said it's tough. He didn't want to go back. I would like to go, but I would want to go kind of alone, and I want to
low-key.
Yeah, I know I'll appreciate some things, but it's hard when it's always like it's your fault. When that's the kind of narrative as you walk through there, you caused this, and yeah, I have just different emotions. And then when he says we're going to talk about this honestly, no, we're not.
Well, one of these days. But yeah, big new spot here in Montgomery.
That's good. He spent some money after feeling funny, I guess.
Kiss me for my gun. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Thanks, Urbanite. You're right. You did change the mood a bit. And so this is an interesting clip.
All right.
Talking about being honest about stuff that happens. Now, I'm not one to immediately jump into the whole, like, I feel torn here because of course, it was confirmed the Charlie Kirk texts were real where he said, I don't know if I can keep supporting the pro-Israel cause with the pressure I'm getting. I hate being bullied. Yeah. And I think, so Matt Gaetz, who we know, I think you can be somebody who's like, I've supported Israel's right to defend themselves, all this stuff. But as somebody who's trying to work politics in America, I'm getting a little tired of the strong arming and the intimidating and like the threats.
Yeah.
And also beyond that, I think what really pissed off Charlie Kirk, you can see it in his public appearances when he talked about this, when all this was going on in the background, is he did not like his character being impugned, especially by folks he had helped for a long time. Just because he had some criticism. There's this one thing Matt Gaetz shared on Tim Pool's show on his stream about, his experience in Congress and going to fundraisers.
I resented the fact that there was no appreciation for nuance. Like if you asked any questions about any decision of the Israeli government in any place regarding settlements, regarding Gaza, whatever, you were like, you had deviated from the script. And I just, in any policy area, I had resentment over that. And then I saw the way the AIPAC worked, and that was weird for like a country lawyer like me. I remember my first AIPAC reception, and like your fundraiser tells you have to go, and your chief of staff tells you have to go, your committee chairman all tell you have to go, and you get there and you wear this name badge.
Wear a name badge.
There's a QR code on it.
QR code on the badge.
What we were supposed to do was go talk to donors, and then if they liked you, they scanned your QR code to make a donation, like on the spot. And so can you just imagine how demoralizing that is to like be told that your job for the next several hours to go chat people up, hoping they would scan you like a can of tomato soup on the way out of the meeting.
I mean, it's literally purchasing.
Right. And so I saw that and I was like, wow, that is so freaking weird. And then, I was in Israel. I went multiple times, and I did not like the fact that I found someone in my room rooting around in my stuff that should not have been there at the King David Hotel when I came back to my room when no one was expecting me to be back in my room. And I just
presumably Israeli law enforcement.
I don't know who it was. I just thought, like, this is weird. All of these things combined are odd, and then the policy outgrowth seems to be an obsession about the Middle East that has not served my generation well.
I think that's a very reasonable position to hold.
Yep.
Did you hear today who the #1 AIPAC donor is? The owner of OnlyFans.
What?
Would not surprise me.
Damn.
Yeah, a Ukrainian.
It would not surprise me.
Man, that
I'm
guy.
deep in the conspiracy theories about this now.
Since you knew one.
I am deep in it. I'm very skeptical. I cannot have.
No, and what's crazy is you then, like, Ben Shapiro just came out with an interview with Bibi Netanyahu where they're talking about So are we going to get more distance between the United States and Israel? Oh, yes, I think it's necessary. We should probably have more distance here. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
they need something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that OnlyFans guy, whoever owns that thing, he took the pimp game to a whole other level.
He did.
Really did. Anyway.
You still on there, by the way?
No, I was never on there.
I thought we were having competing accounts. Who could
Like-
lose the most money?
Oh, you meant on like the consumer side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
meant
like.
as content creators.
It's funny how
Sure. That's not what I meant at all.
that label could mean all manner of sins. I'm a content creator, so what do? You talk about like Jesus? No. I do these things called mukbangs, or I eat and
those
eat
show
and
up
eat
on my
and eat.
TikTok, and
Yes.
that is disgusting.
Yeah, they're awful.
I
But
cannot
people
hear
pay.
people. I can't hear people eat like that.
I mean,
Right.
if the
Ugh.
grosser it is, I think the more money they make.
Yeah,
Because-
people are.
Yeah.
We are twisted. There's something wrong with some of us.
I've seen one of those where she was doing her little live spot thing, and people were calling like Uber Eats and places, having food just sent to her. And then she's just eating. She's like 400 pounds. She's just still eating.
It's crazy.
Ew, God.
And there's so much stuff out there. It's like, so you're a content creator. So you talk about like politics stuff. No, I send pictures of my butthole to lonely men for
Right.
like $50 a pop.
I fart in a jar.
Oh, those people make a ton of money.
Yeah.
They do.
You're like, man, content creator. I thought it meant like, talking about stuff.
No, not
Or,
at all.
Hey, we're right next to El Capitan. I'm going to climb this thing. I'm going to free solo it. It's like that content creator.
You saw that guy that climbed
Yeah.
El Capitan last week and
No, I didn't
live
see
on
that.
and he fell.
He fell?
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Yep. On the live stream. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. We live in a society where people are like, never do that. But there's a part of me that's like, that person died taking that risk that made them feel alive. Now, if it's
Oh, I
a
get it.
family that's lost a father or a son or a brother, that is selfish in a way. But also, risk takers. The reason we hail these people is because they do brave danger.
Right. Would you rather get hit by a bus or would you rather died enjoying what you were doing?
Yeah. So that could be content creation. Or it could be like, hey, I got the Shadowless first edition Charizard pack. I think it's in this one.
I see those guys too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so much under the
Remember
banner
that
of
kid
content.
Ryan?
Ryan?
Yeah, he used to he probably still does, but he's got to be a teenager by now. But several years ago, his YouTube video opening toys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Made him a millionaire at like 5 years
Yes.
old.
And okay, so with my
Millions and
grandkids,
millions.
we watched him open
Yes.
toys. I go, hey, we got those same toys in your room. Let's go play with. No.
No, I want
We
to
keep watching him.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I love how we come up with these umbrella terms where it's like, it could be like
Content
grandma
creation.
Yeah.
literally sharing her
So
recipes and
broad.
teaching you how to churn butter. And then it could be like some depraved,
There's some good ones like that on TikTok. This Oma, she's an Italian lady. She
Right.
teaches you how to make Italian meatloaf, Italian meatballs,
Right.
cannolis.
Yeah, but then you get
The
into the
Cajuns are on
horseshoe,
mine.
like
Cajuns are
Mhm.
you get into the horseshoe theory where it's also on the worst side of things. They're also teaching you
Yes.
how to
Oh,
churn
yeah.
butter. Let's go to Chicken Man. Hey, Chicken Man.
All right, how y'all doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. A few questions I've got. I mean, let's see. In the American eyes, are we misunderstanding? What's going on with the total? The Democrats and the Republicans shut down. I mean, is it just over our heads that we just don't understand what the whole process?
I think we've gotten used to it.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before,
Mhm.
and also the Republicans aren't budging. Like, just do a clean CR, then we can argue about healthcare and Obamacare premiums. And it looks like the news that broke this morning is the hundreds of billions of dollars brought in by tariffs. Trump and team are making sure that money goes to food assistance programs and things like the troops. The troops apparently aren't affected.
Okay. Yeah, they will be.
Maybe down the road. But they're making sure that money is going to the places where people really need it. And as this continues on longer, you could see permanent restructuring of the
That's when
federal
you'll see
government.
it. Yep.
Well, it just seems like they're doing this on purpose to make it seem like it's so complicated.
Oh, they do that all the time on everything.
Well, the Republicans say that illegals are getting the free health care, and then Chuck Schumer said that the Republicans are lying. I mean, I thought Doge uncovered the hard proof Schumer is lying about it.
Well,
the illegals
just
penalty.
depends on who you believe.
On Chuck Schumer and the shutdown, would you like to hear Senator John Kennedy's opinion on the matter?
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Senator Schumer is he's nervous as a pregnant nun about losing his reelection to the socialist wing of his party, led by Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, which is in control. Now, we will eventually come out of this shutdown. Here's how I think it will happen. Senator Schumer, is a smart man. He's been around a long time. His first car was a Chariot. Washington is all he's ever known his entire life.
Nice.
He knows he's on shaky ground here in terms of policy. So here's how I think it'll end. Schumer will go to 6 or 8 of his colleagues and say, Democrats, of course, and say, I want you to vote to lift the shutdown. Now, he'll say, I can't vote with you. I've got to appear to be tough. I may even have to criticize you, but wink, wink, nod, nod. I'm trying to make the loon wing of the party love me, but you bail me out here. But he's got to be careful with that because he doesn't want it to look like a mutiny.
He's right. He's absolutely right. But I got to hear that opening line again.
Senator Schumer is he's nervous as a pregnant nun.
So there you go.
All right.
Well, I tell you another thing. Yeah, Pam Bondi. I watched that episode yesterday. I mean, Kitty Cat has claws. Wow.
Stop playing.
Her and the rubber chicken. The rubber chicken. I don't think he would make it with her.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Y'all have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Chicken Man.
272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting and their River Region Contracting, Todd Clark and that great team ready to help you out with that roof of yours. Whether it's a metal or a asphalt, say shingle roof.
Yeah.
Both need to be inspected on a regular basis because both can have unique issues that crop up.
Yep.
And ones that if you're not professionally trained, if you have no experience in fixing up roofs, you're not going to notice them. Even if you climb up there.
I looked at my roof today. It's still there. What more do
right,
I need?
Right. But like, for instance, you would have never seen like the little rubber, like washers or grommets that were in there to seal your
The
roof.
way we would have found that is eventually we would have seen a stain in the ceiling, which months later. So then you got damage and everything.
And I
else.
imagine on a roof, there's a liner too, before they actually put on the metal to put on the shingles. There's, water seal liners and stuff like
The new
that can
stuff, you
break
bet.
underneath.
Yeah.
And so you
They dry
can't
out
even
and break.
see
Yep.
underneath. Yeah, I know stuff. So, but not as much as River Region Contracting. That's why you need to call the pros there, call up Todd Clark and his team, have them come out, do an inspection, and you're like, well, I'm not made of money. Well, their inspections are always free.
Absolutely free, Joey.
And their estimates said if on issue, they'll write up an estimate for free.
And not just, hey, you need a new roof. They're not going to give you that estimate. They're going to tell you why. And they'll even show you pictures of these are the issues we found.
Here, there's a tear in your liner here, or here's a little bit of a hole. You see how these screws are starting to back out here? These sorts of things. They can help you with all of that, folks. So call them up today at 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And don't forget, they're also insurance specialists. So if you're worried about all those insurance bills you've paid all these years and now, I'm going to be denied for a claim. No, not with River Region Contracting. Again, that's 356-8635. And be sure to tell Todd and the team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. I probably should hit a break, but honestly, I don't want to because I have a short clip of the Pope.
Oh, what's he up to now?
The Pope actually made a good decision. He made a wise PR decision. Good job, Pope Leo. Now, I will say, like the blessing of the ice was weird to me. I mean, priests bless stuff all the time.
I thought it was a joke. I had no idea it was a real deal.
It seems like it should have been satire.
I just assumed
it was the whole scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger across from two cardinals too, and they're waving this blue tarp. I'm like, it was part like weird and also part like, is this like an elementary school play?
Right.
Yeah, like it was a weird combination.
Who's this guy playing the Pope over here? Right. Nice.
Right.
What's up with this?
And so the Pope also stepped in with the Dick Durbin thing, getting maybe an award from one of the cardinals. And so the press is miserable and they can't help themselves.
Yes, Joey. You are.
So as he's walking around and they got microphones sticking out, this is what the Pope said, and it was very wise on his part.
Holy Father, President Trump has sent 400 National Guard troops to your city, Chicago.
Yes,
against...
I prefer not to comment at this time about choices made, political choices within the United States. Thank you very much.
That was a smart
Thank you, Pope Leo.
Smart move.
Thank you.
Wonder if he's going to get rebuked, but that was a smart move.
And the thing with the Pope is, like, there are clips of him saying, don't treat immigrants and migrants inhumanely.
Yeah.
People are like, it's part of the global realignment and migration thing, mass migration thing. But then there are other clips of him saying this mass migration thing is a problem.
Yeah.
And this is unsustainable. So I think he is obviously somebody in that position. I can't even imagine. Like, I don't agree with him on a lot, and a lot of folks go, what? It's like, I believe the Pope is only infallible on matters of faith and morals when they set it up, sit at the chair of St. Peter and speak ex cathedra.
Oh, dang.
Like, it's a whole thing. Like, we have had insight and clarification on doctrine. Like, so when the Pope's just talking, it's like, no, he's just another guy. They're often very educated, very wise people, but the amount of politicking behind the scene and having, like, you're running one of the biggest organizations in the world.
It is.
I can't even do politics with people as a business owner well. It gives me so much anxiety to go out and do things. That's why I like coming on the radio better.
And it's you have to be wise.
To rub elbows, and I can't. It's not natural to me.
Stuff.
Well, and also, when you think of a church, you got to learn, how do you build something? How do you maintain a building? How do you get extra revenue coming in that's more than just the tithe? Like, there's a lot of
people to show up.
And that's just one parish. Like, imagine an entire hierarchy.
Until I got into real estate, I didn't realize churches are bought and sold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something in my mind, I never thought about that. Once this church is no longer, another church takes over. But it's not the case.
Yeah, my uncle, the Monsignor, though he doesn't like it when I call him Monsignor. That is his official title.
That'll be his title from now on.
He is not just kind of, he is a whiz kid when it comes to real estate purchases, building, construction. He built a new church in Auburn. Beautiful place.
Nice.
Really beautiful new church. Their old church was tiny. And they had a growing congregation, a
There
lot
you
more
go.
students showing up. So they're like, we need a bigger spot. He also built one in Mobile, and like, he's helped manage other folks who just don't have that expertise. And he's got stories for days of, like, I told y'all you should have done this. And you see those ones that go on the market after they didn't think things through. Like, one was, hey, you should buy these 3 lots and turn them into parking lots, and then we can have just passive income by renting it out to the city. Like, no, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And he convinced them, and it worked.
Wow, look at all this money we're making.
So there's a lot of it is fascinating, like, having a family member that I know and I'm close to who's in the clergy.
Get a little inside information there.
What you find is it's like managing any other organization. There are the very exclusive Catholic things and very religious and pious things, but there's a lot of, like, personnel decisions and payroll.
At the end of the day, that's right. At the end of the day, you're still cutting payroll, you're still hiring, you're still firing.
There's a lot of I'm showing up to reconciliation confessing, oh, Father, I had a dirty thought. If you're showing up every week, you're not doing it right. Stop it.
I thought you guys got a free pass. I mean, you go as many times as you want.
Oh, there's this thing called penance.
Thought that's what you did afterwards, so you could get the free pass for the next time.
And then you do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. But sometimes, like, if you're coming back with the same thing, it's like, did you? It's not just about the Our Fathers and the Hail Marys. There's the whole, like, change of heart, go apologize.
I'm trying. Give me a break. Let's try it again for next week.
Yeah. Eddie's incarnate. That's right. Anyway, we got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years. and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
The best pizza buffet in town just got better. In October, Pizza Perfect is rolling back the price to 2010. This month only, the buffet is only $10. Included on the buffet is pizza, spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink. Get it for lunch Monday through Saturday and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. If you've never been to Pizza Perfect, now's a great time to go. $10 for the buffet. Pizza Perfect. Available for pickup and delivery. Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard, Eastwood.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36A, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar. We're located over here on that beautiful Alabama River. Easy to get to, I-65, take that North Boulevard exit. First exit you come to, Louisville Street, hit the bottom of the ramp, turn right, and turn right. That's 3 times. Come on down to the end of the road. We got a fryer, a steamer, and a grill, so we cook anything your way you like it. We talk about a couple things I hadn't mentioned lately. So, if you're a crawfish fan, crawfish season's out, but we got fried crawfish tails. That's some good stuff. Alligator meat, got frog legs, got some good catfish. I'm talking about farm-raised whole catfish or fillet. So a lot of good food down here. Check it all out at CapitolOysterBar.com or our Facebook page. You're going to see a map how to get here, how to rent a pontoon boat, and also the RV park. But let's talk about real good times on the river. Sunday at 4 o'clock from the Hudson Valley of New York. Chris O'Leary and his band are in town. What a great show, man. We're just happy to do this. Come on, Montgomery. Let's support some live music. See you Sunday, 4 o'clock showtime.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Wake it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this. Listen close. You get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Once again today, I think there will be showers on the radar, but most towns will get skipped. The showers will be few and far between. We're back in the 80s again for a high temperature today, at least the middle 80s today, upper 60s tonight. But a cold front is on the way, and that's going to bring some big changes. Thursday's high may reach 80. I've got us around 59 on Thursday night, with Friday's high only in the middle 70s and much less humidity. Get ready for a beautiful fall weekend ahead. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Let's do a slow jam for Eddie.
Like Celine Dion Part 2.
This is Celine Dion-y.
It is, isn't it?
Celine Dion.
Yeah, that's what this is. Like Part 2.
So you want to sing it? What song is it reminding of? No, belt it
Not
out.
really a song. Just sounds like it'd be the music she walks out to when she starts breaking people's eardrums.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to bring like the tone down.
What do you think her best song ever is?
The one where she's the quietest.
She's a
Honestly,
good
the only one I know is from the
Titanic.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just she reminds me of one of my sisters, and
Why? Does she look like her?
got her nose stuck up in the air.
Oh,
wow, Eddie.
Oh, I'm sorry. We live?
she is like that now.
Yes.
She really is.
Yes. And anyway, family drama.
Because you brought this up again, like every slow thing is like Celine Dion.
Not
to
every
you.
slow thing, but
Yeah, see if I can't find this quickly, I'll abort. But no, I'm not saying it. But there's a clip of John Mayer listening to a Celine Dion song, and he's like, the runs this woman's doing with her voice.
Yeah.
And he plays it on guitar, and you're like, oh my God. Like he does it note for note
She's
on the guitar.
Very talented.
I'm not saying
vocally.
she's not talented,
And
I just
he's
don't
super
enjoy it.
talented
Yeah,
on
he's
guitar.
really talented.
Yeah, but when you hear what the vocalist is doing just in instrumentation, it's like, oh wow.
Uh-huh.
That's a true skill. Anyway, now let's go back to the politics. This is a woman named, she's running for governor of California, named Katie Porter.
She's having some issues, is she not?
Yeah, and that's the interview we're about to play. But before I play it, just looking at her,
Yeah.
what thoughts come to mind?
You don't like men, I can tell you that.
That's your first thought, Pamela?
I thought she used to be a man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was more thinking like Hansel and Gretel, like I'm gonna eat the children or something.
You got enough five head, you can put a
Is it-
billboard on it.
Is it Shrek where that is like the man that's dressed as a woman?
Oh, yes.
That looks like that?
The
Who has like a big nose?
Yeah. Is it the?
Is it
it's the-
that?
It does look like she also
but
has
is
helped
it the-
torture the
it's the
gingerbread
witch?
man.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Ah.
She doesn't look like a very happy and pleasant person.
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes you see like these old kids' fairy tales are written up, and it's like witches featuring them. I'm like,
That's her.
oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
her.
all these fairy tales come from a place. But this interview apparently is going very poorly for her. Seems pretty straightforward though.
If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I
think
feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win.
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
Correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that.
Well, to those voters, okay, so you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
Oh my God.
She just seems
That's
awful.
never gonna win for you when you just
No.
decide I'm gonna call it. That's where the losing continues.
Right.
And plus the whole hands to the face.
That?
I can't.
If somebody did that to me, I would be like,
Right. I cannot deal with that very well.
I just had to check. It feels like everything retracted up inside me watching her.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's
You're
literally
not gonna
leaving.
Do the interview with us.
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
What?
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation, which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And we're
Porter.
just
It's a
gonna circle
pre-recorded
around.
TV
I've
interview.
never
No,
had
that's the same
this
question.
before, ever.
You've never had to have a
end an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative...
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either.
Oh.
She is probably going to be the next governor of California.
You really think so?
Oh my gosh.
Apparently.
Are you kidding me?
She seems like that team mom. The team soccer mom who does everything only to make herself look better.
Yes.
Can't talk to other parents, can't relate to people. Just ugh.
Well,
Kind of car do you think she drives? Like a 2002 Expedition?
No, she's not an SUV driver.
That's electric power vehicle all day long.
Yeah, I was going to say an older Prius, maybe a Subaru.
Prius with probably a red one with a good dent in the front side of it. Yep.
That was awful. And that wasn't even that tough of a question.
And you're telling me that's the leading candidate?
It's awful. Like Gavin Newsom to that?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't like Gavin Newsom, he's going to lose to that?
No, he's going to probably go on to
okay.
run for president or something.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he terms out. I think they term out.
Who do you think he would back? Have you mentioned that yet?
That's what I'm thinking. She is like the one with the money. She's been out there as an activist. Yeah. Now after this train wreck.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Kidding.
I don't want this to be
the last one left.
Like guys, I don't want this to be an unhappy experience with y'all. And I don't want it to be on camera.
Too late.
Too late. It's like too late. Yeah. You agreed to sit down in front of our cameras.
Can you say too late for 2000?
And by the way, if you say the interview's over, get up and leave.
I know.
If it's actually, but sitting there going, it's over, and then arguing about is it over, is it not over, and
over.
I'm me, and I'm not looking for a follow-up question.
That's her saying, I'll stay if you go to what I want to do. Otherwise, if she really intended on leaving, she would have left.
She's not a leader either. She may be a boss in her own mind. But she's not a leader.
I've lured hundreds of kids to my lair.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Fox tonight. The Floor has a game-changing new twist.
The category steal.
I'm gonna go for it. Rob Lowe hosts The Floor. Then 71 contestants are closer to the million.
Everyone needs to keep their cool, including you.
And the only thing in their way are seemingly simple games.
You must thread a needle. You are not allowed to touch.
I've never been this stressed in my life.
Ken Jeong and Aaron Andrews host 99 to Beat.
Tonight on Fox 20.
Hi, this is Brendan with Royal Furniture. A big thank you to Blue Water Broadcasting for helping us launch our Alabama stores in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, Gadsden, Athens, Decatur, Oxford, and Florence. We appreciate your hard work and dedication. Here's to a strong partnership and even stronger results. Thanks, Blue Water.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray.
How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man.
Good.
We're living the highlights sitting here in North Georgia by the Tacoma River.
Oh, nice.
Tacoma River.
Tacoma,
yeah. Brought the fly rod. I'm kicking myself. I didn't bring the fly rod. But the problem is when Emma decided to have a baby, she really didn't schedule it with us to give us any kind of update of what was going on. And we just we got up here and we didn't have a place to stay. And fortunately, somebody in a church had a rental. They said, hey, well, you can rent that.
Oh, that's nice.
at a discounted rate. And I said, done. It's a really beautiful spot. I got to say, we've really enjoyed it up here.
Cool.
But we're coming home tomorrow. Hallelujah. I'm ready to go home.
Cool.
There's no place like home. If I could click my heels 3 times, I'd be there now.
So Ray, I think I heard yesterday that you were not staying at the house with your daughter on purpose.
Yeah.
No. I got there this morning. They had a whole laundry list.
I was going to say
that $200 on light bulbs and doorknobs and stuff today.
That was a pro grandpa move right there. I really will say that.
Yeah, it was like, this door don't really work good, and none of them match. Yeah,
none of them match.
Yeah, she ain't no dummy.
None of them match.
I love that.
Yeah. So next thing I know, I'm at Home Depot. Yeah, checking out, shaking my head.
You working it, baby?
Yeah, and Angie's sitting at the house holding the little baby.
Oh, she's happy as she can be.
And cooking all the meals, and she's like got a whole laundry list of meals she wants. Like I said, if I could click my heels for this is an expensive baby on. I didn't know it was so expensive on grandparents having babies from far off. Because the other ones, we just go over and hug them and leave and go back home.
Right.
Yeah, not when you're in another state. You're stuck up here and you're feeding them and you're buying stuff for their house. It's just, yeah. But I'm not complaining. I thoroughly love them. They're great.
Best things in the world.
Around. Best things in the world. But hey, if you need flooring and your kid says, "Hey, Dad, I need flooring," call us at 285-817. We can handle it. All you got to do is write a check. We'll take care of it from there. How about that?
That's pretty easy.
Just that simple, folks. Call them up at 285-8117 and be sure to say Granddaddy Ray Bowles called the show and that Joey and Eddie show. And you know the guy. I heard him on the radio.
That's it. Hey, we even take credit cards like American Express, and I'm not going to charge you 3% like everybody else is doing that.
Oh, nice, Ray.
I like that.
So we like to give back to the people paying.
You're here. Well, appreciate you, Ray.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you, bud.
Again, 285-8117, and be sure to tell them you heard them here on the show. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Sam calling from Pike County.
What up, Sam?
Hey, everybody. It's just been a great show.
Thank you,
I've had you all while I've been knocking around the house. Yeah, man. Appreciate the good content. The woman that was just being interviewed for, that she's going to run for California's governor. I assume that's what the job was.
Yes.
I was thinking, Gavin, whatever his name is, he's got everybody spoiled. He is the perfect California empty suit. He looks great, doesn't really say anything. But I was thinking one thing that she could have picked up from Gavin, she should start talking with her hands. So you get those hands moving, like Newsom does, distracting, and it just helps people think you're saying something. But
she was quick to put her hands in that lady's face. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was embarrassing me. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to take some questions.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ride on in there. Just another thing.
Well, appreciate you, Sam.
See you, Sammy.
Hey, bless you.
Later, man.
Have a good day.
You too, brother.
So did we learn anything today, Eddie? We got to see Caroline Dobson.
It was great seeing Caroline.
Why did you write stuff down?
Yes. Comey pleaded not guilty.
Yeah.
They caught the last New Orleans jail escapee.
And they
finally they did.
They caught him today in Atlanta.
That. Oh,
in Atlanta.
Really?
And
he probably came through here.
Yes. They
for sure.
They admitted, and I don't know if they admitted it before, but they admitted this time that the writing on the wall at the escape tunnels said "too easy," and it was this guy who wrote it. But if you escape, why are you in Atlanta, man? I'm gone from the U.S.
I mean,
but he made it this long since May 16th.
That's impressive.
I'd be out in the woods up north.
That's what
you
never
wouldn't catch
understand
me
that.
again.
Right.
I wouldn't be going to a city.
Then I guess y'all saw
That's the dream.
In Los Angeles, they are saying the Palisades fire was started and
by
they have
Uber
the guy.
driver.
I don't know about that.
That's what they arrested an Uber driver.
They did say at the beginning that it was started by somebody, but I think it was perpetuated by somebody else.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes, I don't think it was just one guy, one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, there's a study I didn't get to today. That's essentially folks did what did they do? Public opinion shifts affect cardiovascular responses during political speech. A new study published by Psychophysiology has found that shifts in public opinion can influence how people physiologically respond to speaking about politically charged topics. Scott Adams, one of my favorite people online, Scott Adams, and man, I think he's doing better actually with the cancer diagnosis.
Good.
And,
that's good to hear.
and posted a great photo of having his little walker, and he has 2 cats, 2 like gray tabbies that like to sit on the little seat as he wheels around. But Scott Adams responded to this about the physiological effects of politics and said, "We would learn more by measuring voters' physiological reactions to national policies compared to asking them dumbass opinions about things they don't understand." I think he's right.
I think he is right.
He's
on to something there, Joey.
Yeah. It's not what people say. It's how they feel, right? How they feel. Anyway, thank you for being here, Eddie.
I had a good time.
Thank you for showing up early. It's always fun.
Yeah,
it was great
I
seeing you.
needed the Wi-Fi and the desk, and
we had a
y'all
chair,
are
and we
just
always have a
fun.
chair for you. Always.
Well, there's not always.
We'll throw somebody out. I'll leave. I mean, or if somebody brings in fresh donuts, I'll leave.
But I felt like it was about getting back to a normal day because I did a whole 20, 30 minutes on Lindsey Graham. I'm the head of the judiciary.
And you love women.
And I do. Especially Diane. She's so funny in the text chain. Anyway, y'all stay tuned. Happy hour. It's going to be happy and gay with Greg and family. They're next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.